Hello, everybody. We are a little bit late. We are having a player with some technical difficulties. Hopefully, he can figure those out sooner rather than later and join us. But in the meantime, we are going to go ahead and get started. Welcome back to the Erasmus Expeditions. Tonight, we are going to be playing Big Trouble in Little Cadians. This is a setting, well, it's a game that's going to be taking place in a setting of mine called Acid Rain, which is kind of a prison island situation. And it's using the Expedition Engine system, which is kind of a one-page RPG system that I based on a few pieces from other systems that I like, namely Lasers and Feelings and the Black Hack. Tonight, I am joined by what will be, hopefully, 4 players. For now, we have 3. I'm going to pass it over to them so that they can do their introductions before we get things started. So first up, we have Karen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Karen. I have a new channel. It's called Myth and Gears, and we're starting to get content on it, but it's very slow going, but we'll get there. I am very excited to play tonight. Want to blow shit up. That's what I want to do. And tonight I'm going to be playing a cold killer by the name of Crimson Stiletto.
If that's not some Red Shoe Diary stuff right there, then I don't know what is. That's perfect. Next up, we have Baron.
What's up, everybody? I'm Baron. I have the YouTube channel RWD Gaming. Come check me out. I am a big fan of the Cadian's Keep scenario, so glad to be back. I'm playing Deckard. He's kind of a Edward Snowden, Robin Hood-esque character that really has a thing for adrenaline. So hopefully that works out well here.
So he has high standards, but he's in a low place, that's for sure. All right. Next up, we have Tamiko.
Hello. I have no channel. Crazy. But you can find me right now on Dice on Ice on Tuesdays and in a Twitch stream under Lunchbox, that's BAUKS, on Wednesdays for my Wednesday D&D game. I'm going to be playing Clutch. Clutch is an insane driver who may or may not be a little bit partial to the nitrous oxide and some little bit of the smack. Mix things up a little bit.
Variety is the spice of life.
And
all right. So last but certainly not least, we have Chadnick, who looks like he's got some fluid video.
We're gonna hope.
Hey,
we're gonna hope it sticks. Hi guys, yeah. My name is Chad, and I'm gonna be playing a insane loner. I love that, by the way. That's a super cool thing. An insane loner by the name of 2. He just goes by 2, and you'll find out why later. Yeah, other than that, do you want us to like promote anything or do anything now? Yeah, other than that, you can find me at my YouTube channel. It's just my name, Chadnick, K-N-I-C-K, over there on the YouTubes. I play a couple games over there, but you can also find me a lot of the time over at Dice on Ice, playing games over there, and also on this channel, and also on a little known channel called The Dudes of Yore, where we run a wonderful podcast over there. My buddy, right y'all, Jeremy, and our brother-in-arms, Jeff Doty, we kind of do that. It's a fun thing. Talk about D&D, you know, the crafty stuff. Other than that, let's get to it. I'm ready to do this.
Fantastic. All right. Baron, what was your character's name one more time?
My character's name is Deckard.
Deckard. Yes, okay.
Similar to Deckard Cain in the Roderick Cube.
All I can hear, or all I can see whenever I hear the name Deckard is Harrison Ford. Okay, so, oh, yes, of course. course, especially for this game. This is an adult channel. These are all adults. If you've seen Big Trouble in Little China, then more than likely you are an adult also. There's going to be bad language. There's going to be really, well, mature topics and really immature topics. So if that's the kind of thing that offends you, then you should take your sensitivities elsewhere. Please. That all spoken. Do you guys have any questions? Yeah? Okay, cool. Let's do this. All right. Oh, guess what I forgot to find a picture of, because I didn't update my Dropbox, and it's a picture that I kind of want to have. So I'm going to stall for time while I find it real quick.
And while Jeremy looks for that, we will shame him.
Please, shame.
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 Ring the bell. Bong. Shame.
That was such a messed up part. Game of
It was
Thrones.
character development.
It was. It was.
Sure, I guess.
Oh, come on. Almost there. Do 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 do.
If I would have known you were, I would have brought my list of topics.
Talk amongst yourselves. Give you a topic.
What's better, hard cheese or soft cheese? Talk amongst yourselves. Go and talk. It's fine.
Yeah, Barbara.
Babs.
She's like butter. Okay. This is not quite the resolution that I wanted, but it's gonna do. So, we open, as often the show of Cadian's Keep does, with the live studio audience cheering and clapping their fool heads off while the lights flicker around the studio and the dancers flash their other things around the studio. And of course, out comes running Archie Shaw. His fake everything on full display for the crowd. His impossibly straight and white smile beaming. He approaches the camera and he speaks. I wanted to take a moment to talk to you about this little guy. This entire week, Cadian's Keep is being brought to you by none other than Buddy Buddha. He pulls out this ridiculously obscene doll statue and holds it up. It's brought to you by the fine people who make my fine friend here. If you don't have a Buddy Buddha in your home already, well, why not? I mean, just look at him, right? That handsome smile sure does remind me of someone. As he kind of coyly puts his finger up on his chin as if to feign thought. Now, the Buddy Buddha brightens up any dreary little space you put him in. Jeez, it's making me giddy just holding him. And if you call in to the show right now, you can order one while you're on hold. Just enter the promo code Darn That Smile when prompted, and you can have your very own in just 3 easy payments of $19.99. And remember, nothing says have a lucky day like a buddy Buddha. Now, back to the action. This infomercial, this product placement is then juxtaposed to the drone's camera feed as it flies in over the setting sun on Cadian's Keep. The prison islands that house the worst place in the world. This prison that has been formed from an old city that was abandoned, that was quarantined, and eventually evacuated. It started off as a dump where people started dumping trash, and then they started dumping a different kind of trash here. At first, it was the worst of the worst, and then almost any little infraction that you could get arrested for would wind up with you here in Cadian's Keep. You can't escape the islands because they're surrounded by mines and patrolling boats that belong to Skynet. And on the island, there are no guards. There's no wardens. There's no rules. It is survival of the meanest. And the drones capture it all on camera to send it back pay-per-view style to those twisted fucks on the mainland who eat this stuff up like it's going out of style. The Amber Dragons hold the southwest portion of an island here known as the Ackland Narrows. All kinds of rumors about supernatural shit going down there is circulating now. There's an unsettling mist that's hanging around the streets, and it glows a pale green at nighttime. Some people are even saying that they've seen some kind of grotesque animals prowling around, and it's been quiet. There's been no word or sight of the Amber Dragons in over a week. So, as we pan down into the streets of the city, I imagine we see a vehicle. Tomiko, what vehicle is it that we see?
You're looking down at a classic 70s series Mustang that's beat to shit. This thing, so beat to hell. It's got mismatched doors. It's missing like its back fender. It's basically just rolling down the street on a hope and a prayer, but it's cruising.
Absolutely. And as it takes a left-hand turn around a corner, having to squeal its tires so that it avoids a dumpster that's in the middle of the street with a large fire built inside of it. Who do we see behind the wheel?
You probably see Clutch. Clutch is a young gal, greasy brown hair, cigarette hanging out of her mouth. Probably has a beer or an energy drink, one or the other, in her other hand, and she's just one paw on that steering wheel while she's going around it cackling. I've avoided more than one dumpster fire today.
And who is in the car with Clutch? And how are you handling these turns that she's making?
I imagine Crimson is sitting in the passenger seat beside beside Clutch. She's got her feet up on the dashboard there, lying back with this very sharp knife in her hand. And she's kind of, every once in a while, kind of sticking it into the seat, drawing a line, sticking it back in the seat, drawing another line. Turns aren't bothering her. I mean, this is kind of normal joyriding with Clutch. And she just turns and looks at Clutch and says, "Can you push it any faster?"
Fuck yeah, I can push her faster. You just hang on, girl. And I jam the accelerator down a little harder. And we cruise a little bit more, which is no easy feat given that the constraints of the city. There aren't any straight throughs. It's an obstacle course. So we're flying and just barely dodging, and in some cases not missing some of the debris and people that are in the way.
Absolutely. There's all kinds of papers and cans and things that are thrown all over the place, kind of in your wake, almost like you're a boat. And yeah, there's more than one, shopping cart or, maybe even a wandering crazy inmate that just kind of, bounces off the front fender, and you just kind of correct a little and keep going. So that covers the front seat. What is who rather is in the back?
Is there anybody following us, or are we just driving?
As of now, I think you're just driving.
Are we en route to a destination?
Yeah, I think you're headed towards the southwestern part of the Ackland Narrows, Amber Dragon territory.
Okay. So Deckard, a brown hair, brown eyed, just the most average looking guy you've ever seen. He's sitting in the back seat with a submachine gun in his lap, a hoodie, some sweatpants, and a backpack in between him and this odd individual he's scooped up and hooked up with in the last couple weeks. I'm smoking a cigarette, and despite the craziness of the drive, I'm calm. This is fine.
And this individual that he just mentioned that's sitting opposite of him, what do we see in that part of the car?
You see this rather lanky inmate. He's kind of emaciated, but the most defining feature of this this inmate, as he kind of stares up at you, is this face mask that is part, it's almost like robotic, and the best way I can describe it is like a black mask from Batman, where it's just like fused to his face. His eyeballs kind of dart around underneath the inside of the hood, and a really worn and spray painted 2 is just etched on the front part of the face mask. The rest of the bottom jaw looks like a skull, but you can hear the words that are coming out from underneath them. How many people are we going to hit tonight, Decker? 4, 5, 8? I don't know yet, but I'm ready for it. And you can see that he's like playing with like a number of different knives that he has like pulled inside of his prison uniform. He's like fashioned these these shivs, and he's just ready to like pop one out and just shank people with them, right? He's like, how many are we gonna get tonight? I don't know, but I'm ready to get outside of this box and play around a little bit, if you know what I mean.
Deckard flicks his cigarette out the window and like exhales the smoke in your face. Relax, man. We'll kill as many as we have to get what they got. That's why you're here. We brought you here for a reason. I'm not killing all those people.
Have you ever killed somebody before, Deckard?
Yeah.
Why were you brought here?
I guess you might have been here for a while. I was on the news for a little bit, trying to hack into old Cadian's keep to keep me out of here, and got caught. So, ta-da.
Hacker boy. All right. You must not have seen a lot of blood.
I mean, you don't get to where I've been with the skills that I have by playing friendly with everybody.
And he kind of
okay. Look, man, I'm not trying to measure dicks here. You can stick yours in the blood as far as you want.
He takes a shiv from his from whatever he's got in his pocket.
He's like, here, you use this tonight. We'll see how far you can go with it, huh?
And I'll take it and like put it behind my ear. Righto, buddy. Whatever you say, man.
So as this motley crew kind of rockets in the southwestern direction, nearing the spot where you know the boundary is for the Amber Dragon's territory, this gang here that is known for running drugs, and they're a very influential gang, so they hold a lot of turf, and you know that they've got a lot of shit: ammo, food, drinkable water, and of course drugs. So what is it exactly? Why have you four come to trust each other enough that you're willing to go on this suicide mission together?
Well, I can't do this by myself. And that there's Charlie's Chocolate Factory. There's probably so much smack and blow up in that shit. You know that Mama got her golden ticket. She's going for it.
Perfect. Anyone else?
Well, they had to go somewhere. My guess is they found a way out. That's what I'm looking for. I'm done with this shithole place. I'm back out there. Got some business to take care of.
Drugs.
Simple, solid.
You know, I got arrested and put in here for 2. I haven't seen what it feels like to kill in a long time. But now that they put me in here, I don't have to have limits. I don't have to have rules anymore. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And nobody gets to tell me no. So tonight, I'm gonna start a show. Maybe a little bang. Maybe a little blood. I don't know yet. We'll see.
Deuce, baby, if you want to kill people, you just need a car. Do you know how many motherfuckers I've run over already?
You just missed one. What the hell was that?
Clutch, what you don't understand is there's a small subtlety to carving of a person that makes it just so good. I need that. I can't just run them over. I gotta watch it.
Hey, Crimson, you want to switch seats?
Oh, baby. There's no way you could handle me if you can't handle him.
Actually, I'll sit in the middle between you and Clutch. That's fine. You guys got the heroin up there, right?
You all talk about drugs. There's no need for that. Everybody's seeking their own highs.
He grabs hold of your face, Deckard.
Do you understand the kind of euphoria that you get when you hear them scream? I want it, Deckard. Let me out, please. Where are we going? Tell me when we're stopping. I need it.
Yeah, just reach under that seat right there. There's probably a cartridge or two that ain't empty. You can hit some of that if you want to. When you go to reach under the seat, there's a series of tiny silver canisters that are in varying degrees of dented, which you recognize as being nitrous cartridges.
Yeah, whatever you say, man. Screams and whatnot. Jump out of a plane without a parachute, then talk to me.
Perfect. Each one of you, please go ahead and take a fame point. There ain't no way in hell that the people on the mainland have missed all of this crazy. They have certainly gotten to know the four of you at least a little bit. Okay, so by the time that you actually reach the Ackland Narrows, because as you pointed out, Clutch, this isn't a straightaway. There are no straight paths through Cadian's Keep, and you know that full well. So by the time that you reach the last part of the bridge to exit onto the Ackland Narrows and turn towards this Amber Dragon's territory, the sun has already set. Streetlights don't come on here. There's no electricity. So even though some of them are still standing, they don't do anything. Your headlights work for the most part.
Headlight,
singular, absolutely. The other one still got some blood in it somewhere in the line, and you're not sure exactly how to get it out to keep it from shorting anymore. You've kind of given up. You make your way through here, and you notice that what they say about this mist that's still kind of clinging here is 100% true. This shit is glowing like a glow stick that's about to die. It's dim, but there's no question that it's giving off a small amount of green light. Now, I remind you, the four of you come from a world where this shit doesn't happen. You don't see supernatural shit. So, what is the conversation in the car like as you start to realize you're entering this glowing green pea soup?
No, Clutch, I don't believe in ghosts. Ghosts are total bullshit. Yeah, man. Never believed in them. I think this is all a bunch of bullshit.
What the hell is this ganja smoke bullshit? What is even happening here? And alarmingly, Clutch actually slows the car down just a scotch. It's getting kind of hard to see. This will make things more interesting.
All right. Does anybody have anything else?
I think you just see Two's face, his long slender body just pushing his face up against the window, not putting his face out. Like if there's a window, he's putting his face like really close to the glass, and you can hear that like metal on glass kind of.
Yeah. It's so beautiful. Look at it. I wonder what kinds of weird we're gonna get into.
You probably don't believe in ghosts, do you, too? Man of your profession. You gotta have way too much skeletons in your closet to believe in any of that shit, right?
No need to believe in ghosts. But whatever that is, I want to be a part of it.
This probably ain't ghost shit, y'all. This is probably like toxic shit, like Chernobyl's.
You mean radiation?
Probably. So if y'all start sprouting any like fins from your head or anything like that, let me know.
I might do drugs, but that's not exactly how radiation works.
Look, they give you reading materials in here, right? I imagine everybody's got a comic book or two. I could probably get. If you got knives for hands, that would be beautiful.
Jesus, you are batshit crazy.
Hey,
hold on.
I don't
hold on.
ask you your personal questions, lady.
He said he liked comic books. He's not that bad.
At that, Crimson would just roll her eyes. She had actually taken her legs off the dash at this point. She's sitting up more straight, looking out, making sure the windows are kind of rolled up.
I've read a few comic books. This is how we're all gonna get superpowers and shit. It'll be great.
You know how to read?
God, motherfucker, I can read.
I mean, I guess I never really thought about it.
I'm an educated woman. I've got my GED.
Guys, press onward. As this fog seems to get thicker, more and more dense. Suddenly, a figure seems to just almost appear out of the fog, running down the middle of the street. He looks like an old man wearing a suit. A fairly nice suit. Clutch, is your intention to avoid him, to aim for him?
I ain't avoided anybody yet. Why would I start with this guy?
10 points if you make him fly.
And she guns it.
All right. So what I need from you is, let's see. Let's call this a...
And this is where Clutch dies.
Force roll.
Oh, okie dokie.
So you're going to automatically get one die, and these will be D10s.
Not great. So I have to roll under?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but you'll qualify for a
What
second
if I
die
hit
because...
it?
Okay, so you don't get just the one die. You'll get a second die because you're a driver, and this is driving related. So you're certainly an expert in this situation. You're not going to be prepared because he came out of nowhere, but the 2 dice, and you're going to count the results individually. You said one of them was your number?
Yes, I rolled a 4 and a 2.
Okay, and what is your control?
4.
Or your force, rather. 4? Okay.
Mhm.
So that is a success, and you get another fame point for rolling your number. When you get a total of 3 fame points, you can cash in for a care package, a fan sent prize, if you will.
And let me know if I understand this correctly, Jeremy. If I get to 3 fame points and cash in a care package, these guys are in charge of it.
Yes, they decide what is being sent your way and who sent it.
Glorious! All right.
Okay. So 2 successes are, you got your number? So yeah, it is a success. So that's 2 successes, which means you do it and you do it well. So you line the hood ornament up right near this guy's center mass and gun it, and he kind of looks at you, his eyes kind of go wide, and you drive right through him. You look up in the rear view mirror to see him like looking over his shoulder in your direction, frightened, and you see something really weird. You see lightning kind of leap between 2 of his hands. It then dissipates and quits, and he continues to run down the street. Moments later, you see a collection of what looks like amber dragons. These members previously of the Yakuza and the Triads who have formed a truce here in order to survive in Cadian's Keep. Most Asian descendant inmates who wind up here in Cadian's Keep usually join with the Amber Dragons sooner rather than later. And you see a bunch of these just thugs with all kinds of different weapons, baseball bats kind of wrapped with barbed wire. Some of them have, 2x4s that have nails driven in through them from all kinds of different directions. And more than a few of them have guns. And they are obviously chasing this old man. As you come barreling towards them, unlike the old man, they kind of start to try to get out of the way. They're running for the sidewalks, the fronts of buildings, trying to get behind other cars and obstacles that are in the road to try to let you get past. What's the plan?
Shit, girl, how'd you miss that one? It was right there in front of you.
I don't fucking know. He's got some voodoo shit. Like, did you see his hands? We're barreling past at this point now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to stick my machine gun out the window and fire at these guys.
Okay, so you're gonna try to fire at the group of young ones?
I'm not like aiming at anybody in particular. We're driving by and I'm just
okay. So maybe a flare roll?
Sure.
Or speed? One of the two.
Speed would be cool.
Works for me.
Just one.
You are a what again?
I am an insane daredevil.
Okay. Again, not prepared. You weren't really expecting these guys, but I would definitely say that you're an expert. Shooting a gun out of a fast-moving vehicle sounds pretty daredevilish to me.
All right. So we are looking at 2 successes.
Okay. So you stick your machine gun out the window as you're kind of passing by. One of these guys was trying to get behind this rusted out old van, and as he went to go dive for cover, you riddle him full of holes. He falls backwards into the hood of a four-door sedan that's parked behind the van and just kind of slides off of it. You see this kind of streak of blood as the green mist kind of swirls around the trajectory of your bullets. The rest of them kind of start shouting, and you see one of them turn towards you with a Molotov cocktail.
As this is all happening, I would look over to 2 and be like, ha, 1.
All right, so there's this Molotov cocktail that is incoming. Clutch, how are you going to try to avoid this?
I'm gonna fishtail my shit. Just hit the e-brake a little bit, get a little bit of a fishtail going on, and then let it go again.
Right. So this sounds like probably speed or flare.
Yeah. We're gonna go with speed.
Okay, excellent. Once again, you're a driver, so you can have the second die.
Oh no. Okay. So my speed is a 3. I rolled an 8 and a 10.
That's actually a good thing.
Oh, okay. Yay.
Because you were trying to roll for speed, which...
Sorry, I don't know this game.
No, you're perfectly good. Okay. It takes me some time to figure things out sometimes as well. It gets confusing. So the lower your number is when you're trying to roll one of the stats is on the left-hand side, then you have the better chance of succeeding. So an 8 and a 10 in this situation are good. So that's 2 successes. So you do it and you do it well. So you see this person like with this flaming bottle of who knows what rearing back, and you...
Oh, fuck no!
Yeah, very casually kind of start sending this car into swerving back and forth as the back end just swings wildly from side to side. And this misses you, slamming into one of the lampposts that I had just previously mentioned, and just liquid fire just splatters on both sides of this this lamppost and sprays all over the place, the side of the building next to it, all through the street. And before long, the newspapers and detritus stuff that kind of lies around starts to smolder and smoke and catch fire. It'll be another fire here in Cadian's Keep, which is certainly not a rare occurrence. So you speed away, turning a corner, and you see no further sign of them.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Looks like we lost them.
You drive onward, and you start to try to figure out where in the world you need to go to find this chocolate factory, where to cash in your golden ticket. You start seeing obvious signs of this neighborhood having once been the Chinatown. There's, the signs start to take on, English and Chinese writing. Some of the architecture starts to change to reflect the fact that the culture was focused here. And you see a little bit more of individuals running here and there through the streets. Most of them seem to be amber dragons, and you exchange fire with them here and there. They put a couple of holes in your car. You down a couple of them. But one of you, and I'll take a volunteer, just one of the four of you. Baron, I saw your hand. Okay. So you, Deckard, you see a darkened shape move through kind of the edge of what you can kind of make out through this mist. It's about the size and shape of a human, but it's like hunched over, and the mass of its body was way too big around and the wrong shape to be a human. And at first you don't think you saw things correctly, but you turn, and just as you do so, you clearly see its shape move through this mist.
Holy shit, did you see that big fat guy? 2, did you see that fat guy? He was huge. I don't even know if that was a dude.
Where?
He was in the chat. Damn it, Clutch. You don't have to floor it the whole time. We're not going anywhere fast. We don't know where we're
slow
going.
down. I want to look. I want to see.
No, honestly, it's kind of impressive. You've seen the world's biggest yarn ball. This is like the world's biggest fat guy.
Clutch slams on the brakes.
Yeah. Turn us around. Go back that way. Let's go find this guy.
Seriously?
He's at we're at, I don't know if you know, I'm at 4 right now. 2, what are you at? 2?
Shut up.
All right.
Okay.
Funny.
If you
It's
kill
not
the
funny at
fat
all.
guy, that's at least 3 people.
All right. Are you sure it wasn't a fucking bear?
A pound of flesh. That sounds fucking
There's
amazing.
no fucking bears.
I don't
You never
fucking
know.
know.
You never know. They might allow bears in here. I mean, I've seen the carnage an animal can do at a zoo. It's fucking nuts, man.
And I
What
180
fucking
the
zoo
car.
did you go to? They don't just let the bears out.
They do if you let them out yourself.
Well, that's
And then I
just
drive
impressive.
slowly.
All right. And I'm trying to point out this shadow that I've seen.
So the car kind of cruises back. Yeah, I imagine we kind of like stay with like this shot of the street from like an alleyway as we see the car just and we hear the conversation continue, and then we just see the and then kind of we just stay with this still shot as the car like slowly kind of creeps back into frame going the other direction. Everybody's kind of like pressed to the window, and you don't see anything. You see an
Yeah.
alleyway.
Retcon. I like Chad's better. I'm driving backwards.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Just slam it into reverse and just kind of
Fuck! God damn it, Clutch. Can't see it all on this island. I'm on vacation. I'm free. Can't even see the goddamn fat guy.
How much of that shit have you done? You sure you saw anything?
So? I know a fat guy when I see one.
I'm sure you do. Clutch, take us out of here.
Take us out of here.
Clutch. As you're kind of looking in the rearview mirror, you see that old man again.
Clutch, do this. Drive backwards. Do this. What the fuck?
He's standing in the middle of the street, kind of staring at your car.
Oh my god, it's that fella from before. Look. I stop.
What are you doing, Clutch?
Look, it's that old fella that that we didn't mow down. He's right fucking there.
You see 2 kind of like grab. I imagine if there's probably like a roll cage in the back of this makeshift Mustang. amalgamation, whatever you've got going on. And he like grabs the edge of the roll cage, and you
want me to go out and say hi? I will.
Can I lean over and unlock his door?
Yeah, go see what that fella's all about. What the fuck?
2 has like zero hesitation of getting out of the door. In fact, if you were in a moving fashion, still driving at pretty much half speed, full speed, whatever, he would just, as soon as the door was open, he would tuck and roll and like barrel roll out. And you realize that he is a lanky, tall dude, very like Jack Skellington, sort of like big. And when he in the fog and just mists of this thing, he looks like a slender man with that mask, just skull and everything.
I'm gonna go say hi. Let's see if he likes me. I think he's gonna like me, guys. Don't worry. I'm really persuasive.
I'm gonna shut the door.
You got to reach over and shut this door with this kind of pop. You kind of have to pull it hard at the last minute to get it to actually close. And 2, you've now kind of scrambled to your feet, ignoring the kind of somewhat burning sensation from your knees and elbows. This individual is just standing in the middle of the street, and he kind of raises his hands like they are here in the picture, about a foot apart or so, and lightning starts to dance in between them and kind of go up and down between his palms. And he calls out to you. You were sent to help me.
What? So, cutting those pretty little hands off, they make a bunch of little sparklers. I like sparklers. You know why? Because they start fires, and fires are fun. Can I just want a fingertip, just a small one. Maybe I can.
We'll have violence, if that is what you wish, and there will be plenty of it. You are a tool of the gods.
A tool of the gods, you don't say. You hear that, guys? I'm a tool of the gods. Please go on.
Did he just say he's a tool?
I did.
That's exactly what I heard.
Remember that early 2000 song where it's like, not the sharpest tool in the shed?
That's that. 2 all over.
Please, come closer. I want to talk to you. You don't have to be that far away from me. I'll just start walking to you. Okay, if we're gonna do it that way, I'll just walk over to you. That's fine.
Am the great sorcerer, Shin.
Ooh.
I have been through this kind of thing before.
What kind of thing?
This mist. It's magic.
Magic, huh?
Is that drugs?
It's probably drugs, though. I don't think that's magic. I think that's probably just a broken pipeline. Something that you should probably get fixed. It's probably just infecting all of us.
No.
It's fine, though. It smells really good.
It is another sorcerer. One named Soon Look.
You liar.
He is evil. He must be stopped. You and your friends, you have been sent to help me.
Oh, whoa, hold up. Help you? I'm sorry, friend, but I think you've picked the wrong horses to back in this race. I don't help people. I kill people. That's what I'm for. You start with one, and it just feels so
Son
good.
Lok must die. That is why you are here.
Oh, you're asking me to murder him. Oh, well, then. Oh. I mean, I'm flattered. I really am. I got blades. Blades and more blades. Pretty much I'm willing to cut any part of him off.
Ask for money.
Oh, yeah, well, I should ask for that. Is this a paid gig, or am I actually,
If you help me defeat Son Luk, the treasures of heaven will be yours.
Hey, Deuce, does he know where the drugs are at?
He says something about the treasures of heaven? I'm assuming that means...
That
sounds
sounds
like
it.
drugs. That sounds like
That's-
drugs.
I'm pretty sure that... I don't do that, but I'm pretty sure that means...
That sounds fucking accurate.
fucking accurate as fuck!
You all should come with me. I will show you the way.
Get in the car.
Sure, that's no problem. Get in the car.
You say that, and you look in the rearview mirror, and Egg Shin is sitting in the back seat of the car.
Oh. Well, shit, you're fast.
At that point, I think that instead of getting back in the car, you just hear this scramble on the top of the hood of the car, and it's fucking two just like spider climbing up on top of the hood. Like,
Wait, are you on my hood or on my roof?
Like on the roof of the car. You just hear this.
Well, if he's gonna take my seat, I need a place to sit.
What? All right. Better hang on.
It is pretty cramped back here.
Yeah, Egg Shin is not sitting where two was sitting. He is sitting in the middle of the back seat, right next to you, Deckard. He kind of looks at you, and he points with a single finger straight up to the roof. He's crazy.
I put my arm around him. Oh, yeah. He is very crazy.
Good. And maybe it will prepare him for what is to come.
And I pull out a cigarette. You got me on a lightning?
And Crimson would turn around and say, what do you mean, what's to come?
You will see things your mind does not want to believe.
Clutched drugs.
Yeah, I've had those nights. I understand. But I'll tell you, sir. What do we call you? Egg?
Egg Shin.
All right, Egg. I'll tell you what. When that poison clouds blow in and the pillars of heaven shake, yeah, Clutch looks that big old storm right in the eye and says, "Give me your best shot, pal."
I knew a man who once spoke the same words. He, too, did not want to believe. But he was a hero. Just like each of you will be. Soon. And with that, he begins to direct you further deeper into the territory of the Amber Dragons. He says, pull over here.
Oops. It's all right. It'll be fine.
And just as suddenly as he had gotten into the back seat, He's on the sidewalk now. And he says, my sons, it is now safe. The heroes have decided to join us. Come, so that they may meet you. And from the shadows, various places kind of all around you, 4 of the shapes that Deckard saw earlier kind of come out of the shadows to stand near Eggshin. They're apprehensive. And you realize that their large, kind of roundish shape is from a shell. These things are part person, part turtle. But they have this bowl-shaped depression in their head that is like sloshing and splashing around with water inside of it. They kind of come forward, kind of eyeing you with apprehension as Eggshin kind of puts his hands out, trying to calm them. It is okay. It is okay. They have agreed to help us in our fight against Sun Luk. Come. He kind of turns back to all of you. He says, these are my surrogate children. I have helped to raise them. They are brave warriors. This is Carpenter. This is Romero. This is Vierhoven. And lastly, this is McTiernan. They are Kappa. So, what I would like from the 4 of you is just like surface level, your reactions to what you've just met.
So Deckard looks at the canisters that he's gone through very quickly, and he kind of like looks down at them for a second, looks up at these kappa, and looks down again, sets them down. It's kind of like, whoa. Okay. What the fuck is that?
What? I'm sorry. I think I'm having an LSD flashback right now. I apologize. No, nope, they're still there. They're still there.
But the shit is in this mist. Are you guys seeing this? Because this isn't real. This doesn't happen here.
At that, you hear the hands of 2 just slam against the glass of the windshield.
There are fucking turtles here! What the fuck are they? I'm pretty sure I took some of your drugs. I'm just saying, a little bit of them, maybe. Because you see what I'm seeing now, right?
I mean, there's contact highs, but I ain't touched you, so I don't know what you and the other guy were doing in the back there, but...
Hey, glowy guy. Fingertip. Over here.
Yes. What is it that you need, crazy one?
Did you touch me or some shit? These are your children? I'm sorry, but these are some ugly kids. You have some really ugly genes. I should know.
Okay, they're turtles, but they may have feelings.
Hey, do you think I care, Decker? I don't care.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, my friend.
They are not my literal children.
Oh,
I said they are surrogate. I have raised them. They are not turtles. They're kappa. They're children of the river.
River babies.
Yes.
Babies of the river. Okay. So if I drink the water from their heads, what does that get
No.
No. Oh, Jesus. I was gonna, but it looks great. I'm thirsty. It was
He kind of like goes over and like almost cradles one of their heads. No. This water is their essence. They must not spill it. It will weaken them.
Oh God, is that like the, I mean, I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I'm thinking, right? Please say you know what I'm thinking.
There is no possible way I could know what you are thinking.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna say it. Is it their, reproductive system? Is it, am I gonna make it? No. Okay, you just said that. Okay.
He kind of.
I gotta ask questions. If I don't, I'm not gonna know, and then I'm gonna make some stupid fucking decisions, and then,
He starts rubbing his temples and speaking to himself in Chinese.
I think I've got some duct tape in the trunk if you want to try to cover up them holes so the water don't spill out so much.
Duct tape.
Well, I'm just trying to be helpful.
They will be all right. I hope. And he kind of turns, and you can see concern. You can see worry. We should hurry. Son Luk is moving into the final stages of his plan. We must stop him now, tonight.
All right, just show us the way. Are we on foot from here out?
Yes, we are with my children in their turf. You look over as one of the kappa slides a manhole cover in the street over to the side and kind of looks up at all of you and kind of gestures down the hole.
That seems disagreeable, but okay. And Clutch goes over. She pops her hood, lifts up the hood, reaches under, closes the hood, comes back, and she's holding like 3 spark plugs. And she just shoves them into her shirt. Insurance.
For the rest of you, making any kind of departure preparations?
I go back to the car and grab my backpack, my gun, maybe like some sort of ripped ski mask or something, fashioned out of like a sleeve of some larger dude's jumpsuit. I'll follow the turtle in the sewer. I'm in jail right now. I don't have anything better to do.
Anyone else?
I think Crimson's the last one to get out of the car. She's kind of sitting there, shaking her head, kind of rubbing her eyes, wondering what the hell's just happening here. And she gets out, she follows Clutch around, and she's like, Jesus, can this get any fucking weirder? And she'll follow Clutch down.
You've noticed that two is like scrambling to make sure that all of the bits of shrapnel and shards of shanks and anything that he has on him, on his person, is ready to go at the best time.
Yeah. That one's there. Yeah. Ooh, yes. Ooh, I want to use that one.
Well, wait. Ooh. And then he'll just sort of like stand over the hole and kind of like a diver that just diving straight in feet first.
He's like, bottoms up.
And just straight down the manhole. Doesn't even use the ladder, just drops in.
All right. The 9 of you descend down into the sewers that run beneath the Ackland Narrows. These Kappa move as though they are very comfortable here. they seem as if they spend quite a bit of time here. And they beckon you forward. And as one of you kind of goes to move in the front of one of them, it starts kind of like almost getting like excited, almost kind of like jumping up and down a little, making kind of like a kind of noise. And Egg Shin says, no. They must go in front of you. They must lead. And he kind of ushers the one that was falling behind in front of the rest of you.
All right, Egg. Fuck. We'll stay behind. Tell them not to blow a load or anything. That's kind of spooky.
They are mystical creatures. The things that they understand about our world are different. Different than what you understand. But they are powerful allies. You will see. So you head down these twisting tunnels, these somewhat narrow passageways that are filled with all kinds of rank garbage and a even ranker stream of, we'll call it water, that kind of runs through here. Now, one of the things about Cadian's Keep is that in 2012, in the future, the acid rain is literal, and it's a serious problem. Spending maybe 30 minutes out in it is enough to give you a pretty serious, almost like a sunburn. If you spend much more time than that out in it, it forms pretty severe blisters all over your skin, and you can actually die from it. So the water down here, which is all runoff, is probably pretty acidic. So you kind of take your time moving around it. It doesn't seem to bother these Kappa at all. And eventually, you come to kind of a large hub, kind of a large underground area where there's this kind of filtered green glow coming in from above, from the glowing gas and mist up above you. There are tunnels that kind of shoot off in every direction here. And one of them has a ladder right beside it, kind of this steel rungs just shoved right into the concrete of the wall that lead up to what looks like a hatch through this little grating in the ceiling. Once you enter this area, Egshin kind of turns to all of you and kind of presses a finger to his lips. Shh. We are very close now. Above us is the warehouse. This warehouse will be filled with amber dragons. Are you ready to fight?
Wait, that?
Yes. You can fight. Can you not?
Ah, fuck. Yeah, I guess I can. And Clutch pulls out a tire iron and a dagger.
Good. Here we go. Up, up. And the kappa start quickly bounding kind of up the walls, using these taloned hands and feet to just puncture straight into the concrete and pull themselves up. As Egg Shin kind of ushers the rest of you towards the ladder. So the kappa are finding their way up. What order are you guys ascending?
Last. I'm probably hemming and hawing like near the ladder.
Like a girl fiddling with her keys at the front door after a date. Feeling like, I don't want to do this. This is not what I do.
I don't usually climb the ladder on the first date.
Climbing the ladder's more of a second date kind of thing, but you know. What?
I think Deckard's an all-in kind of guy. I think I'll go first.
I think I would probably be following close behind, like just super animated at the moment of hearing, you get to kill.
I look over at Stiletto. What about it, Red?
Yeah, they can go take care of it. How about we'll let them go up.
Yeah, we'll give them a minute, maybe two, and then just kind of take a peek.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
All right. When it seems obvious that the two of you are going to hang back for a moment, Egg Shin kind of nods and then starts up the ladder himself. The two of you exit this grate, kind of having to throw open the latch at the top of the ladder. And you seem to be in almost an industrial area. And you see a building in front of you, just kind of across the street, that has been left to the devices of nature for a fair bit of time. There's a lot of plant growth over the outside of this place. But you can hear the sounds of people moving around and talking inside of this building. So you can see the kappa have kind of gathered near this front entrance area. And Egg Shin is kind of moving crouched in a hurry to kind of go and join them as he's kind of motioning to you. You can see the mist has probably gotten twice as dense as it was whenever you went into the sewers. There's a smell to it now. It's kind of clinging to your clothes and your skin. What do the two of you want to do?
Well, dude, fucking stinks up here. And with that, like, I'll like pull my arms out of like my my white t-shirt, kind of tie the arms around my back, so I have like a ninja mask, but to kind of filter some of the mist here, so I don't want to smell it. So I take a look around, and you said I only hear people inside this building. I don't see anybody.
So there are some broken out windows and such on this building, and you can certainly see bits of movement of people inside, but it's certainly not the kind of situation where you can full on see a person.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna try and finesse this plate so I can get out and get out onto the street.
So you're able to do so, kind of lay this back kind of gently so it doesn't make a metallic clang. And you're up and out of the hole.
Is R2, are you coming? You coming with me, man?
As you look down, a normal person would be climbing the ladder hand over hand like a normal individual. 2 is not a normal individual. 2 watched the kappa like claw their way up hand over hand. And so you see this dude just straight up like legs sprawled, hands up, like, I'm coming. Yeah, yeah. And he's just like spider crawling out of the hole, like as creepy as fuck. You see this skull just right between if your legs are still here at the top of that, his head's just like, I'm here. As soon as you say that, you're like, fuck, and you probably back up a little bit.
Climb out backwards.
Yeah, just ring, just the girl from the ring. Just, I'm here. Just.
You know, I was kind of nervous getting up here about what I have to deal with in there. It's not really that bad when I think about what I have to deal with right here.
Thank you. I think I'm not quite
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, actually, yeah, that's probably a compliment.
It's a compliment to me. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try and sneak up to this building.
All right. If the two of you are trying to move quietly, if both of you would please roll subtlety. I would say you're certainly prepared for this. So you can have a second die.
All right.
Ooh, 2
And
successes in a care package.
I got a question.
Brain point, rather.
What's the goal if you have 5 in subtlety?
Okay, let's see. You have 5 in subtlety.
You're trying to hit above a 5.
Yeah. Subtlety is the
Above a
lower
5?
number. So yeah,
Okay.
you want to get a 5 or above.
5 or above. Okay. So I'll roll twice then and see what I get. Ooh, okay. 1. All right, cool. Dude, I got perfect. Okay. Both are above a 5. Good. So 2 successes.
Okay. So the two of you kind of stick to the kind of the mossier parts of the ground or what have you, and easily pad your way over to the door where these kappa look like they have found a lower floor window that is almost completely devoid of glass, and it doesn't seem like anybody is in the room immediately on the other side. So they are kind of quietly making their way in through this broken window.
Do we have walkie-talkies by any chance?
Yeah, absolutely. And they're those massive brick, things with like the 1 foot long antenna on them.
I was thinking like the old Nextel phones, like they had the work edition. So it's like a brick and a phone at the same time.
Hell yeah.
And like you can hit the 2-way and it just makes the really obnoxious chirp no matter what.
Oh God, yes. I know exactly what
Yeah,
you're talking
we all remember the Nextel chirp. It wasn't a good time in human history. So are you guys gonna come out of the sewer?
So we're still at the base of the ladder, and Clutch lights up a cigarette.
Yeah, there's like 6 cigarette butts on the floor between the two of you.
So what do you think, Red? Should we go?
Red looks at you and she like just kind of shrugs. Yeah.
I don't hear nothing up there.
Seems okay. And should start up the ladder.
All right.
Slowly.
I go after you. Cigarette hanging out of my mouth.
You climb up, kind of poking your head out of the ground, kind of looking around just in time to kind of see the last Kappa pass through the broken window and Egg Shin start to follow suit. And you can see Clutch, or not Clutch, sorry, Two and Deckard standing over by the broken window.
When I pop up, as I see that, I go, hey, wait up!
Be quiet.
So much for subtlety.
Those of you near the building hear people inside speaking in rushed Chinese,
Hold on. He just got a distraction.
and you hear footsteps plop, 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 kind of start to pad across the floor above you towards the windows of the front of the building. Is there anything that the two of you that hear this near the building, is there anything that you're doing or saying?
I'm using this as my opportunity to get in the building.
All right.
Same here, but like I feel like I'm clinging to the wall.
I'm like,
Crunk from Emperor's New Groove.
Straight up making noises underneath my mask.
Are you singing your own theme music?
shut up. Nobody asked you. I'm making my entrance.
Okay.
Slowly. They'll never expect it.
You catch a glimpse of yourself in part of this broken glass too. As you're sneaking, you look magnificent.
Oh my God, do you see this? I haven't seen my mask before. Well, not for a long time. I look fucking gorgeous. You're beautiful.
No, absolutely. You do have a striking quality of fear and despair in those black eyes.
Just-
Gorgeous.
It's just morbid. I love it.
Yeah, like I said, man, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Gotta appreciate the little things.
He's like, I'm gonna use that.
It's at that moment that you hear shouting from the windows above as somebody has poked their face out through the broken windows from above and have spotted Clutch sticking up out of the hole. Starts shouting back to the rest of the people in the building before he then turns his submachine gun on you, Clutch.
Oh, we've been made! I kind of duck back down into the hole.
All right, so it sounds like you're going to probably need a speed roll. This certainly isn't driving related, so I'm going to say you're not an expert at dodging bullets, and you're not prepared. But you're muted.
Sorry. I want to roll higher than my number, right?
You are rolling for speed, which is a left-hand stat. So yes, you want to get above your number.
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Oh, I'm guessing your speed is not a 2.
It's 3.
Oh, okay. So this is a submachine gun. I need you to roll your health die twice.
Whew.
If the first roll is a 1 or a 2, then you need to switch dice.
I'm switching dice right now because that one already rolled the 2.
Oof.
All right, that's a 3.
Okay, so it stays a D8 for now. But this barrage of automatic gunfire sprays across the mossy ground and the flipped open latch of this grate, and one of the bullets tags you right in the top of the shoulder.
Ah!
All right. So here's what we're going to do. Everybody, give me a singular D10 roll. Let me know what you got. A 4, an 8. Aha. A 2, and a 9. Okay. So the 4 and the 2 means that there will be 2 PC slots that go before the bad guys get to act again, and then 2 PC slots will follow the bad guys. And the 4 of you amongst yourselves can determine who's going to take those PC slots. So there's 2 up front. Who wants to take those?
I'm in the hole, so probably not me.
I'll take it. I'll do it. Let me at him.
All right, Wild Man, what you got?
Okay, so what are we doing? What do I need to do?
Your turn. What do you want to do?
Okay, what do I want to do? Okay, that's what I... Okay, so what I'd like to do is... Do I see anyone around me currently? I hear the gunfire from upstairs, but do I see anyone around me currently that would be an effective, like, you know, that would just be right in my range that I could get right now? Okay.
You kind of look over, kind of past this open area where these sashes and like this kind of pillar situation is in the center of the front of the building.
Sure.
You kind of look over to the other side where there's still plate glass that's intact, and you see people with guns moving in front of the other side of the glass from you.
Nice. So what I'd like to try to do is as they're moving past, right? As they're moving past, I just want to shove my hand through the glass and yank the dude through the glass pane. Like I want to just pull back and yank him through the glass as he's running past me.
Okay. So this sounds like probably force.
Could I use speed?
Yeah, I think that could qualify in this situation.
Okay.
So
right, if it's a 4, I need to roll above, right?
If you are rolling, regardless of what your number is, if you are rolling for speed, because it is a left-hand stat, you want to get above it.
Above the stat. Okay.
So you are a crazy loner?
Crazy loner, yep.
Okay, so this is certainly crazy. You're slamming your fist through plate glass. And I would definitely say that this, while it may not be something that you're necessarily an expert with, you're prepared for whatever is going to happen. So you can have 2 dice.
Awesome. Okay. And all right. Nope. That one worked though. Yeah, I got an 8 on that one. Yeah. So 1 success.
Okay, 1 success. All right. So you're going to do it, but there is a complication.
That's fine.
All right. So I need you to roll your health die. Your health die starts out as a D10. You want to roll it and let me know if you get a 1 or a 2.
All right. Sounds good. Nope. Got an 8.
Okay. So while you cut yourself on this glass, it's a superficial wound. You more tear your clothing and just kind of nick the surface of your skin. As you grab this guy, unsuspecting, and pull him back through the plate glass, this stuff shatters the grimy surface of this glass, just scattering all over the place as it gives that really satisfying. And this guy comes tumbling out as you've got a hold of a part of his shirt. And he kind of is screaming, looking at you, like trying to figure out what the hell just happened.
Yeah, because I imagine he's like passing the window, and I'm going to just stand there. So I see this all happening at the same time. He's running past, and then he turns to look, and I think he just sees that skull visage in the window, right? For a split second, hand reaches in, grabs him by the collar, yanks him through the window.
Absolutely.
And then just staring at him. Could I use, and this is for later, could I use intimidation later?
You're fine with doing it in the same round, since basically all you've done is just kind of like moved and grabbed this guy.
Okay.
You can certainly attempt to do so.
Yeah.
I would call that intimidate for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You're a crazy loner. I would definitely say this is something you've done before, so you're an expert.
Nice.
And this is going according to your plan, I would think. So go for 3 dice on this one.
Awesome. So that's, and if I have a 6, I'm trying to roll under, right?
This is intimidation, so it is a right-hand stat. So yes, you're trying to go under.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. All 3 successes.
All right.
Melt your fucking spines.
So you do it, and there is a boon. So you pull this guy through the plate glass, and he is pissing himself scared. And he is so frightened that he pulls his trigger on his gun and shoots another of the guys that was turning around to come after you. Just the glass shatters even further as this guy just takes, several different hits, kind of squirming around, and then topples backwards into an empty shelf that just clatters in dust and broken wood all over the place. Okay. Who's got the second slot?
So Crimson's about probably, I don't know, halfway between the hole and where these guys are ditching down. And when that machine gun goes off and targets Clutch, she kind of sighs, stops, calmly pulls out that gun that's behind her, and aims it at the guy who's shooting the submachine gun. That's what he was aiming, right? Submachine gun. And takes a breath and then shoots him.
All right. And you are what again?
A cold killer.
Cold killer. So I would definitely say this is something that you are practiced with. So you can qualify for the expert die. Prepared. I'm going to say no just in this situation because he's in a window. He's got some cover. So let's just go with 2 dice.
And rolling control?
Control works for me, yeah. Taking your time to aim and all that makes sense.
Okay, so 1 success and 1 fail.
Okay, so you succeed, but at a cost. So you shoot this guy. He's not dead. He's wounded. And he almost falls out of the window. But instead, he now knows exactly where you are. And you see an incredibly bright light, almost like a Q beam, turn on from one of the other windows right beside him. And it goes right in your eyes.
Oh, dear.
So it's going to take you a moment to kind of recover from that. However, those were our 2 PC slots, and now they're going to go. First off, the injured one up top he's going to attempt to try to shoot down at you guys again. At you ladies, rather, again. So let's see which one. Actually, let's have both of you. How are you going to try to avoid this, again, this kind of automatic gunfire?
I'm going to instinctively... Yeah, I'm going to instinctually drop down to the ground.
Ooh, okay. You mean you're gonna come out of the hole and drop to the ground, or are you still on the ladder?
She's out of the hole. She was.
Oh, you got out of the hole. Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that part of the description. Okay, so you're just gonna kind of drop onto the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Behind some moss or whatever, trying to minimize my surface area.
The inevitable boxes or crates that are there.
Oh yeah, there's probably something that's vaguely mailbox shaped. Like at the corner or something that you're able to kind of run up and jump behind. Okay, so that sounds like probably speed on your part, Crimson. And Clutch, you're just going to try to jump down, just drop further into the hole.
I'm hanging on to a rung in the hole.
You're just kind of lowering yourself out of the street level.
It's probably more like this. Ah, fuck!
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so go ahead and roll speed again. This one, I think it's probably just going to be 1 die again for both of you.
How does a 4 work? I think that's good. Over.
You are rolling a speed check. It is a left stat, so yeah, you want to get above.
4. Made it.
Excellent. Okay, cool.
Did not make it.
Did not. Okay. So I need you, Karen, to roll your health die twice.
That's the D10 that's we're starting with, right?
Correct, yes. And if the first roll is a 1 or a 2, then you need to switch it to a D8.
Okay. The first roll is a 3.
Ooh, okay.
And then a 7.
Okay. So that mailbox provides you with enough cover. Though you weren't quite fast enough to escape the bullets, they caused nothing more than just grazing, as some of them kind of pierced straight through this rusted, moss-covered box. But it keeps it from wounding you. Though your shoulder is killing you, Clutch, you have those fast reflexes, and you're able to duck down as the concrete rim of this manhole cover, or this opened grate above you, just kind of lights up with sparks as these bullets just ping, 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 just kind of all over. All right. Inside the broken glass, where 2 of their compatriots have just kind of been waylaid by 2, several of them fall back into defensive positions behind crates, 50-gallon drums, and things of that nature. And they're going to open fire with Uzis and AK-47s pointed in the direction of you 2. So how are you going to avoid getting shot?
So I would like to avoid them, if possible, with grace.
You're going to attempt to kind of...
I'm going to attempt to just like parkour the shit out of this, and like dodge, weave, and just like almost kind of clamber my way towards them, but just dodging and weaving my way through as best I can.
Okay, so just kind of trying to keep to cover, where it's available, and just moving fast. Okay.
Yep, just moving fast through basically like I pulled him through the glass. I think I'm gonna crawl in through this glass here, right? Are they they're basically in front of me here, right? They're trying to get ready to shoot
inside
me.
the building.
Yep.
And they've just taken cover behind some of the things that are in the room, and they're shooting through the window at you.
I'm hunting now. I want after them.
So I'm gonna go towards them.
Okay, so
but
what
I'm
are
gonna
you
be dodging in the process? I'm gonna try to.
What are you doing with the fish that you've already caught?
I'm gonna throw him. I'm gonna
just like to the ground behind you, or
no,
to the side?
Into the gunfire. I'm gonna use him as a meat shield and throw him into the gunfire. Human meat shield.
Human meat shield.
Yep.
All right, meat bag. Okay, so let's see. And you said you were using Grace?
Grace.
Okay. I would say either Grace or maybe Flare if you're planning on using a human shield. Either way.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to use Grace, though, because I have a 2 in Grace, and so I can roll over and hopefully get above a 2.
Absolutely.
All right.
And dodging gunfire is probably not something that you're overly used to, I wouldn't think. So I'm going to say not an expert.
It depends on how long I've been in this.
I'm going to say probably not long enough to be an expert at dodging bullets, Neo.
Okay.
But
Neo, we're just going to fucking bullet storm this. Okay.
But I could probably give you at least prepared. Yeah. Because you probably knew that they were going to start shooting at you. And you have a human shield. So roll 2 dice.
So roll 2 dice. Okay. All right. Ooh, yeah. 1. 2. All right. And that was doubles because I was double 7. I should go to gamble right now. Should be fun.
So this was Grace, and you rolled a 1 and a 2. That's fantastic. So that's 2, and you do it well. So
no, I think that's 1 success, 1 failure. The 1 would be a failure if he has a 2.
Well, no, I hit 2 7s, right? So if I'm under, if I have 2 for Grace, and I rolled over.
Oh, you rolled 7s.
2 7s.
Gotcha. Okay.
Double 7s. Yeah.
Gotcha now. All right. Oh, you were counting them 1 and 2.
1,
I'm
2,
on board now.
2 sevens. Yes.
Okay. So that is 2 successes. So you push straight through this, what is remaining of this plate glass wall. This guy held out in front of you. It shatters a couple of the pieces that were still hanging there, cutting this guy. He's just wailing and screaming. And then probably 3 or 4 steps forward, you realize he's no longer really screaming because he's being plugged with holes from his friends trying their best to take you down. As you move forward, this guy held out in front of you. And there's just, I mean, this would be like a squib maker's daydream. Just, there's just his back is just bursting with blood and smoke as you carry this guy into the room and kind of toss him to the side and slide behind some cover of your own. You hear further inside the compound the sound of more individuals moving to join the fray. The Kappa are trying to stay the shadows of this room that they're in now, slinking along the wall towards the back side of it where there's a door that leads further into this compound. Egg Shin is kind of looking back and forth at the Kappa and then to you, Deckard, kind of unsure as to who he should follow. You should go with the crazy one. I will stay with the Kappa.
But he's crazy, man.
Would you rather go with the Kappa and I will go with the crazy one?
Yeah.
Very
That
well.
sounds good.
He kind of grabs you by the shoulders. They must not spill the water from their heads. Keep them safe.
Yeah. Nosferatu konnichiwa, brother man.
He shakes his head, mutters something in Chinese, and ducks back out the broken window to go follow where 2 has disappeared. Okay. That brings us through the bad guy's turn. So we have the 2 remaining PC slots. Those of you who have not gone yet may do so now.
I'm going to wait until there's a break in the gunfire.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm going to wait until there's a break in the gunfire. And then
It's
I'm
okay.
going...
I speak Southern twang. It's fine.
And when the break comes, I'm gonna make a break for it. Because I saw before when I stuck my fucking head out where they were heading, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So as soon as there is a break in the gunfire, I'm gonna like okay, and scurry up the ladder and make a break for the fucking window or whatever it was.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to do so kind of while they're reloading. You hear more shouting. You see the spotlight kind of shining down.
And I'm not subtle. I'm a,
Right.
oh my god, oh my god.
Flailing around. You see this light kind of shine down directly on you and kind of follows you
No,
up to the front of the building. And you manage to duck into this kind of open entryway, if you will. And you see on one side to your right, you see Deckard kind of stepping further into a darkened room. Egg Shin has coming out of that broken window and kind of gives you a hey, how are you doing kind of look. On the other side, on your left, all hell is breaking loose. There's all kinds of gunfire, and there's a bloody mess just inside the broken window. And you're fairly certain you hear the cackling of 2 somewhere in that area.
I don't want to be anywhere near the bloody mess. I'm gonna follow Dex into the thing.
Okay. You're easily able to kind of duck through this broken window and join Deckard kind of near the back of where these kappa are.
All right. Whew.
I've just I actually I had my shirt tied. I've got some like glasses on now. I have like a backpack that's pulled real tight. I'm kind of like mimicking these kappa. It's like, okay, we gotta keep up with them. And I'm going to radio over to Crimson. We're going with the kappa. I don't really know where you guys are, so, and without too much after that, I'm gonna follow these turtles.
All right. Your little gaggle kind of creeps forward. The 4 kappa, Deckard, and Clutch. You move to the back of this space where there's one of these warehouse doors, these kind of straight hanging heavy doors that just slide to the side kind of on this track that's mounted above the doorway. It kind of slides back to open up this hole in this cinder block wall. And you can hear and see individuals shouting in Chinese as they're running towards the front of the store, this warehouse, to go join the side where all hell is breaking loose. You see, stretching out before you, shelves upon shelves. The mist here is really, really thick. So this kind of putrid yellow-green neon glow is prevalent here. And you can probably see maybe 20 feet or so before everything just turns into kind of shadowy shapes. But in that distance that you're able to see, on these shelves, stretching as far as you can see, there are familiar shapes, each identical from one to the next. They are Buddy Buddha statues. From floor to ceiling. So, you move kind of into this room on the far side, keeping these racks and racks of Buddy Buddha statues between you and the rushing amber dragons that are moving to join the firefight. So, I'm going to need a D10 roll as we move into round 2. Everybody rolls this one, just as a reminder. Got a 5, a 7.
Did you say
10.
D10?
Yep, D10. And a 2. Okay, so that is 1 that got below what they got. So there's going to be 1 PC slot, then the bad guys are going to go, and then the other 3 PC slots this round. To answer your question, Tamiko, do you know about the feed or the sponsorship? Yes. You guys sometimes can catch the live show because in a sadistic way, they like to have this blimp that flies around the outside of the islands that has this massive screen on the outside of it that plays the show for you guys for free.
Those bastards. So we know all about the sponsors and Buddy Buddha.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very
popular item.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Quick question. How's everybody doing? Do you guys need a break? Take a potty break?
I would like one if they're available.
Absolutely. So right before we're going to move into round 2, we will go ahead and take a 5 to 10 minute break.
I'm like, I could pee. That's fine.
I could pee.
I could pee.
I could also hold it.
I could hold it, but then you'll get this.
Advancing.
I can hold in this body.
Oh my God. All right. So everybody take 5-10 minutes. Go pee. kiss your spouse, refill your drinks, smoke them if you got them. Don't mix those things up. That would be awful.
I'm kissing my cat. All the single
There you
guys.
go.
There's no spouse. Okay.
There you go.
Right.
That's a plug for Tamiko. Everybody, her email address is... No, I'm just kidding. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back.
Oh my god. I'm so much better now. Yeah, can we have a moment for fucking Baron's fucking kitten? Holy shit. That thing is adorable. Who have we got in the chat? We've got... Wait, I've got to do it like Jake does. Ooh, Chameleon Fan. And Jason. Am I missing anybody? So, okay, so why are you Chameleon Fam? Do you have like reptilian bloodlines? Which is okay in D&D. Yeah, I saw Jose had a game. This is great. This is a great game. I'm having a blast. Super stress unwinder after a terrible week, you know. And the kicker is I wasn't even supposed to be here. I was like called in at the last second, like it was fate. That is awesome. They're like, oh, Daddy, you're Chameleon Femme now. Or Mama, I have no idea. Jeremy's games are amazing. They're so much fun. I had the privilege of playing with Jeremy using the same engine, but except we were pirates during AtCon. So that was fun. I played Barnacle Face. Barnacle Face was a pubescent boy who happened to be on the ship. So, Chameleon, are you on the ab tab page? I'd assume so, but that's a broad assumption. Well done. Well done, Papa. It's a pretty good crew over there. I'm sure that you'll find some amazing discussion, occasionally some controversial discussion. The group as a whole is amazing. It has gotten bigger, so it's not quite as much like a tight knit family as it used to be, but it's still very close.
Talking about AppTab?
Oh yeah, I'm talking about AppTab. How
Talk
can I
it
not
up.
be talking about AppTab?
Talk it up. Talk it up.
Welcome back. I couldn't tell you were back because you're still the fella with the dagger.
That's me, Tamiko. This is my face. It is actually supposed to be me. It's a cartoon version of me that a friend that I had on a play-by-post site years and years ago offered to draw for me in exchange for a dice bag that my wife made him.
Oh, nice. Oh, Jeremy had asked, so I will say yes. I have a kappa.
Yes, I
He's-
saw that. It's so cool.
He's plushy. He is. Oh my god, he's around 35 years old.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and he goes, wait.
Oh yes. You know, it's actually the same noise that Romero makes whenever you squeeze him.
Oh well, yeah. He used to have a little tag that I couldn't read because it was in Japanese, but it said kappa. There was some English writing on it. It said kappa no QQ. I have no idea what that means, but
Me either. My Japanese is non-existent.
kappa no QQ.
Interesting. For those of you out there in our extensive audience who speak Japanese, please go ahead and phone in your answers now.
Hey, so, Jeremy, remind me that it's fame points that we get. And how do we earn fame points?
Essentially, when you roll your number exactly with a check,
Okay.
you earn a fame point. But then I also kind of just inadvertently will kind of toss them out as rewards sometimes.
Okay.
When you get 3 of them, you can cash them in for a care package, which I hope somebody gets.
Because I haven't been doing that. So I think
it sounded like a lot of your numbers were pretty
either high or low, right? They weren't dead on. Okay.
But you know what? For chits and giggles, we're at the break. This is a one shot. All of you can take an additional fame point.
I'm at 3. I'm at 3.
Yes. Okay. You want to cash yours in?
Yes.
Perfect. What a great way to come back from the break. Okay. So, of the 3 others of you, one of you can either volunteer or I can roll a d6. All right. I don't hear volunteers.
Well, hang on. Give him a second.
Wait, so we're volunteering to give Clutch a care package.
Yes. So basically, here's how that works. You would be in this utopian world, the mainlanders watch this show, this Cadian Keep paid-per-view show, and they're glued to it. Like, it's 24 hours a day. You pay for X number of hours or whatever. So people develop like the kind of ties that people develop with like professional wrestlers or rock stars, things of that nature, where they find
Nice.
one and they latch on. Like, this is my. Have you ever seen Running Man?
Yeah. Okay.
Exact same premise.
Okay.
So you would be phoning in, like video conferencing,
Nice.
as a fan of Clutch's,
Okay.
and you have spent real world money to send Clutch a package, and a drone
right.
is going to fly over and drop this right where she's standing.
Cool. Can I do that message?
That
To
yes,
Clutch?
please, absolutely. Dude.
Yeah. All right.
That's the whole point.
All right. Here we go. Hey there. I'm over here watching this right now, and I gotta say, this is absolute wonderful. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna send you that money, Clutch. You need to get yourself a bigger car, and not just that, I'm gonna give you a fucking monster truck. Yeah, that's right. I put down the monies, baby. You getting the monster truck with the Gatling gun. Yeehaw!
So you hear this noise kind of jet past overhead somewhere, lost in the dark and the mist. And you see this crate coming down to the ground with its own parachute. And it just kind of like touches down real soft in the mossy earth right outside the window that you just entered, Clutch.
Inside? We're still inside a
Nope,
facility, right?
Yep, just outside the window that you just went through.
Oh, okay. Okay. Look. Wiping off the window. Look out. What is that?
It says Clutch, like real big on the outside.
Well, I'll be dipped in shit. Will you look at that? And who's near me? It's Dex. I elbow Dex. I go, will you look at that?
Yeah, I'm sure you can get all the fellas at the trailer park with that beauty.
Holy shit! Look, it's got a gun on it.
Holy fuck, yeah, it does. That's the big. What the fuck kind of gun is that?
Motherfucker! This is the best present ever.
How did he pay for that?
I don't know. Maybe he's in stocks or he does the insider trade.
I heard the message. I doubt he is in stocks. I've robbed people in stocks. I didn't rob him.
That's fair. Oh my god. I can't wait. Oh my god.
Oh my. Okay, the turtles though.
Yeah, the turtles. Oh, mother of God, I really want that. Okay. Focus. We gotta focus.
Focus.
As a part of cashing them in, Tomiko, you can go and collect this care package.
But it's outside.
It's just outside the window that you just went through.
Tire iron the fucking window. Oh my god. Yeah, we've got to be patient. We got to focus. Fuck that. And I smashed through the window to get to the other side.
How did Tomiko cross the road? Through the fucking plate glass. With a tire iron.
Yeah.
In the overgrown warehouse. We're back to Clue. All right. So you smash out this glass and you go over and you kind of kick open the crate. And the top of it kind of flies open. And there's almost like this choral music. Oh, as you kind of see this machine gun kind of laid out and polished into almost like a chrome finish.
Oh. My God. It's so beautiful. And I immediately go over and I grab the keys that I assume are in the ignition and pop the hood and go over and pull the spark plugs, shove them down my shirt.
Yeah, that'll do.
And then I close the hood, kiss it on the hood. We're coming back for you, sweet thing. We're coming back. Promise.
I imagine Clutch has like these like worn spots in her bra from like where she's always like stuffing these spark plugs.
It's a little greasy in place. It's all right. It's all right.
It's the only
It's
one you
fine.
got. I mean, fits on one side at least.
We're in prison. We don't have a surplus of bras. It's fine.
It's true. There's a serious
right.
shortage of lingerie. The Victoria's Secrets were the first things to get it wiped out.
I have a request for my care package.
All right. Well, do you have 3?
I do, but I'm not using it yet. That was more of a joke.
Oh, gotcha. All right. All right. So we were starting round 2. There was a single PC slot that's going to go before the baddies. So who's up first?
I mean, I'll go, but I feel like I'm in more position to go later.
I mean, I'll go now. I don't care. Do you want me to? We can hold off.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel it just seems right for 2 to go first while the 3 of you are doing that thing. It is so Crimson is with you guys, right? All Crimson is not with you.
Crimson is with you.
Crimson is with me, heading in my direction.
I'm still outside hiding
still
behind the
outside.
mailbox.
Oh, okay. You need to get moving, girl. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'll take that open first slot before the baddies. Yeah. So he's in the middle of this fray. Meat shield still on the arm. And I think at that point he's just like, who can I carve up first? So he looks left, he looks right, and like he's just gonna go just headlong into the middle of the fray, not even caring, just hack and slash at this point. How do you want me to deal with that there, Jeremiah?
So it sounds like you are probably trying to be fast about this, or would you say more forceful?
No, I'm thinking he's pretty speedy. He's not gonna like, or he's pretty quick about it.
Stick and go, stick and go.
Stick and go, stick and go. He's not trying to like, full on flay, but he's trying to like move and go and slice. So probably I would either use grace or speed. Probably it's up to you.
I think speed sounds. I think speed sounds sounds probably like the right choice.
All right, cool.
You are a killer.
Yeah,
a lone killer at that.
Yeah.
So I would say that you certainly qualify for the second die for being prepared or being an expert.
Okay.
You stated earlier that you carry an abundance of knives, so I would say that you're also prepared for this situation. So you can take 3 dice.
Nice.
So I got to get a 4 or over a 4.
You are using speed, so yes, you want above or the number.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. All 3 over 4.
Excellent. Okay. So you move through and you do so and you do so well. There's a benefit. Okay. You manage to carve 2 of them to the point where they go down and they're not getting back up. They're bleeding out faster than the third one can even realize that you're upon him. The second one or the third one you slice at and you cut him good, but you haven't killed him.
Okay, cool.
He is going to round on you with that AK-47 and is going to just unload at you in point blank. So, how are you going to try to avoid that?
Let's see here. I could try to use grace to dodge it. I think I might want to use that. Get a little bit of grace to dodge the bullet. Or I could try to use knowledge my instinct. I could use my instinct to kind of prep dodging that bullet. But
yeah, probably call upon your instinct of having a gun drawn on you before. It's very likely that that's something that would have happened.
Yeah.
Okay. So give me. It's certainly not something you're prepared or that you're prepared for. So it's going to normally be 2 dice, but I am going to take a die away because it is point blank range.
That's fine. So I got to get under a 6.
You are rolling for
instinct. Right?
Instinct. Yes, it is a right hand stat. So yeah, you're trying to get under.
Holy 1.
1. Okay, so you do so and you do so, but there is a complication.
Okay.
So you manage to kind of, almost go up on your tiptoes and kind of turn sideways, trying to avoid this guy's fire. And he does so. He's just laying on the trigger of this AK-47. You manage to get out of the way. It kind of grazes across your stomach a little bit. And then you realize those bullets are hitting one of those 50-gallon drums behind you. And you realize that those aren't empty. And they have a really large sticker on the outside of them that says flammable. So this guy's just going, and as you kind of juke out of the way and kind of look back and realize that you have just enough time to kind of turn your face back to him, and he's kind of still shooting, but like his face like turns towards you, and you kind of meet eyes for a moment. Both of you kind of like staring wide-eyed at each other. And then we cut to like outside the building, and there's just this just fire just like rolls out the windows, shattering all the remaining glass on that side of the building. The people on the other side of the building, and even you outside, Crimson, you feel the ground like shake beneath you. And this entire building kind of like jostles. Like the hanging light fixtures are now swinging, and there's dust fucking coming down from everywhere. The bad guys are a little caught off guard by this. So there's a moment of silence as the ringing in your ears kind of dies down, as the rest of them are trying to figure out exactly what just happened and what to do about it. So we're going to move immediately into the 3 of you in the tail end of the round. So which of the 3 of you is going next?
Stiletto, you want to start us off?
I could go.
Go clutch.
Okay. I imagine that at this point, I'm climbing back through the window that I had busted open previously. Like, oh my God, did you see that? That was so great. And then suddenly, boom, fireball. Everything shakes. All the rest of the windows get blown out. And I imagine that Clutch gets blown back out of the window again while she's halfway through it. That was so great. Ah! And just falls flat on her back outside.
Excellent. Am I to understand that that's what you wish to do with your turn?
That's, yeah. I can't imagine I'd be able to do anything else.
Fair enough. So you lay there kind of smoking in the moss a little bit. Who's next?
So after this house is shaking and I've like the ground is shaking outside. Is there still the guys in the windows upstairs shooting the guns?
Yes, they are still partially in the window. This building shaking definitely kind of made them withdraw from outside just a small amount, but you can still see more than enough of them to shoot.
I think what Crimson is going to do, though, is if Clutch isn't going to do it, she's going to go to that Gatling gun, and she's going to unload on those guys in the window.
Okay, so you kind of run over, kind of do one of those, like step on the bumper and kind of swing your leg over or whatever and grab the gun. And you're going to swing it over. Is it mounted in the back of the pickup truck or is it separate? Or is it a truck? I'm probably misunderstanding.
Chad, what did you give me again? It was
Maybe
like
the truck with the Gatling gun.
Yeah, so it's a
monster
truck.
The Gatling guns.
So you
Mounted
go
on
over.
top. It's on
So is
top.
it like mounted on top of the roof, so like I can jump in the back, stand up there?
So it's a stand. So basically, imagine if it's like a big old pickup truck, right?
Yeah.
With giant monster tire wheels. And in the back of the pickup, you can get in the back, and there's a Gatling gun in the back that you can fire from.
So yeah, it's on this like swivel platform, almost like a warthog from Halo.
Yep.
Okay. So when you say monster truck, do you mean like 6-foot tires?
The wheels, yeah. The wheels are huge.
So you go over
to crush a car.
They're so big.
So you run over and you climb that little tiny ladder that is like welded onto the frame of the truck, so you can actually get up into the bed. You get up there, you grab this Gatling gun and kind of give it a spin around and kind of give me some dice.
All right, what am I rolling?
Fuck.
Go for instinct.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, instinct could work. You are a what again?
I'm a killer.
Killer. Okay, so you absolutely are an expert in this situation. You know what? Yeah, I think you're probably prepared as well. I mean, you're firing an automatic, probably 30 caliber or 50 caliber machine gun.
Oh yeah.
Against an old, dilapidated building. Go ahead and roll 3.
Oh, that was really bad. I rolled 2 10s and a 2, so I did get 1 under my number.
So you start laying into this thing. This thing is incredibly powerful. You probably
I'm very short.
Yes. Well, that actually probably helps because now it's like pitched way up. So it's actually like kind of hitting near this window. You pepper the whole front of this building. You're pretty sure you hit at least one of them, if not more than one. But this is probably the first time you've ever handled this kind of a gun before. I'm sure you've handled a lot of guns, but this thing is ridiculous. And it's just so fast and so powerful that you spin it around and you take out like the corner of the building, which then kind of like crumbles and collapses out into the street beside you. There's now a massive open, torn section of this building. Okay. The third of you, the last PC.
And that is me. What is the position of the kappa?
They are in the room with the shelves, kind of against the right-hand wall, and they're kind of sneaking through this large warehouse area.
Do I notice anything about these Buddy Buddhas? Are they just like the standard Buddy Buddha doll figure?
Yeah, they look like it. So these are kind of like a Buddha statue that you'd see kind of in a Chinese restaurant. You know, there's just a statue that just kind of sits there and doesn't really do much. It's just for kind of decoration or, you know, rubbing the belly for luck or what have you. Except these are really like obtusely like cartoony. Hey, almost.
Can I like grab one and cut it open?
Cutting it open would be difficult. They're ceramic, so I mean, you just.
Oh, they're ceramic.
Yeah,
I was picturing like
shatter.
Okay. I'm gonna just take one.
Okay.
Put it in my bag and follow. And I've probably absorbed the fact that there is some commotion going on with this building and the Gatling gun. So I'm gonna escalate my pace and try to keep up with the Kappa.
All right.
Maybe knocking some of these Buddhas off the
You're just pushing some of them over.
Yeah, I took one and now I'm fuck it.
Okay. You take one, you stuff it in your pack, and they're probably, about, I don't know, gourd sized.
Garden gnome sized.
Yeah, that's probably a good analogy. And you then like start pushing them off the shelf. You get like 2 or 3 down, and you realize when you're pushing these off the shelf that they're falling to the ground, shattering. They're filled with some kind of powdered substance.
Ayo, Clutch, I found it. I'm gonna dip my finger in it and put it in my mouth.
All right. You do so. And
Treasure of heaven.
treasure of heaven. Karen, what's the first thing that Deckard experiences almost immediately?
The powder actually starts to turn a color and it starts to swim on the floor around him. And it starts to swirl and starts to make little, I don't know, little animals start to dance in the powder that's swirling around him.
And I think the powder, as these animals are kind of yay, yay, kind of like hopping around each other. Tamiko, what is the word that the powder then kind of spells?
Wonka bar. I know that's 2 words, but we were talking about it earlier.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So yeah, these animals are leaping around. All of a sudden, the powder kind of scrolls out the word Wonka bar as you hear a Wonka bar kind of whisper in your mind. And then things kind of return to normal-ish.
As Clutch approaches, do you think they'd make drugs to try and sell you merchandise and or products from a large consumer label? Because I really want a Wonka bar right now. Or to watch Dumbo.
Perfect. All right. So that was the last PC slot. So everybody grab their D10. Give me another roll. Ooh, that's a big number. So you guys, okay, there's 1 3.
What are we doing?
There's a 5. A D10 roll, basically initiative. There's an 8. 2 8s. Okay, so there are 2 PC slots that get to go first. So you guys get to decide. Who's it going to be?
I'll go first if no one minds. So I'm actually extremely cottonmouth right now. Whatever that was has Clutch. You got any booze, hooch, something to drink? Is there anything in my vicinity that I could drink?
Well, you kind of look over and you catch the glimmer of the glow from some of the lighting that's in here. Yeah, you see the Kappa's head next to you. And let's say that it's McTiernan. You see the head in his head has this kind of shimmery water in it. And he's kind of just standing there staring at you like he's concerned.
All right, well, I'm going to I'm actually gonna scoop up like a handful of this powder off the ground, and I'm gonna like into this Kappa's face. And if he gets high, I'm gonna drink some of the water out of his head.
Okay. So yeah, this Kappa immediately you see his pupils like dilate, like completely covering like the yellow of his eyes, and he just kind of goes. He just kind of stands there, like he's paralyzed for a second. And then you can see his eyes moving around quickly, like they're definitely following something. It looks like it might be flying.
Actually, before I drink from his head, I'd grab him like by the face. What do you want to buy? And then I would drink from his head.
3 others are like, you're like almost like paranoid, trying to get you to stop, and the other one is just oblivious. And you drink deeply of this.
I don't know about deeply.
Fair enough. You drink delicately. With your pinky up.
I sip from his head.
Pour a splash on my face.
Just to wet the old whistle. Exactly.
So you drink of this Kappa's head juice. Roll your health die.
Okay, that's fair. 2.
Okay. It goes down to an 8. You realize that this was sewer water. Not only was it sewer water, just regular run-of-the-mill sewer water, it was Cadian's Keep sewer water. So it's acid rain bathed in the essence of the people that live here.
I'm dying.
It's not the most pleasant experience you've ever had.
Clutch, I'm dying. Grab a parchment and quill, for I will be testifying to you my last will.
What? And I'll go next.
Fantastic.
Doing things and whatnot, and I stand up. Oh my god! And I go back over to the window and jump back through and see whatever is happening there with Deckard, who I call Dex, and the turtles.
Yeah, he's drinking from the head of one of these Kappa.
We are having a moment, and it's special.
I don't know about that. You said you found something. What'd you find? I'm looking around.
I feel like there'd be like a cloud of this like drug in the air.
Yeah, I would say you see a couple of the shattered shells of these Buddy Buddhas kind of off to the side, and there's powder all over the place.
Sweet powdered Mary. Oh, this is excellent. And I go over and just stick my head in it like, oh, this what we were looking for.
I only stuck my finger in it. Have fun.
All right. Yeah. So, hold on. I had to refresh my YouTube, and it was yelling in my ear. It unmuted itself. Okay, so you go over to this pile and just dive right in. You come up looking like Julia Childs has been baking a cake, and you are pretty sure that might have been filed under poor life choices. As Chad, if you would please, what's the first thing that Clutch notices?
I think Clutch immediately gets the visage of the monster truck. But it's not just the monster truck that she had outside. The monster truck has fucking wings now. It's a fucking plane now. She's like, it's like a fucking beautiful truck Pegasus, and it like the headlights open up, and it's like how do I describe it? It's like Brave Little Toaster level with the fucking eyeballs, and you're just it's like, come drive me, Tamiko. Come drive me, Tamiko. You know you want to.
Clutch's eyes
Clutch
roll
is
into
like,
the back of
yeah.
her head, and she goes, "Fly, you beautiful bastard, fly."
As Clutch kind of rocks back onto her back onto the ground of this warehouse to watch this beautiful spectacle fly overhead. It's kind of flying through like rainbow sunsets, and there's like stars behind it and shit. There's music playing. Probably Yanni. So that is our first 2 PC slots. It is now the bad guy's turn. Near where you are, Clutch and Deckard, you hear a noise. Ah! And there's a wooden door that splinters apart. And as it does so, out steps probably one of the largest Asian men that you have ever seen in your entire life. And he has the face of a monster, a tiger. He is pissed the fuck off. And he is roiding out as he flexes, and you can see the veins on his muscles pop out at command. He's got this thing tied around his forehead, no shirt on whatsoever, and he's dressed like he's going to a parade, or maybe some kind of secret death match that might be held deep underground somewhere. It's kind of hard to tell. He steps forward and backhands the first Kappa across the head with his fist, who goes kind of spinning off into one of these shelves, collapses against the wall, and kind of rights himself, holding his head as best he can as a little bit of this water splashes out. The other 2 Kappa kind of step back into defensive positions, and he rounds to look straight at you, Deckard. Deckard, he runs forward, and he pulls his arms back and brings them both forward like a double hammer punch on both sides of your head. How would you like to try to avoid this guy?
So Deckard's a smart guy. He has spent a lot of time at a computer desk, but he's also realized that you can't live your life sitting down. So he got out, and one of the activities he liked to participate in was mixed martial arts. He was never very good at it, but they always said he was pretty quick. So I'm just gonna feint off to the side of one of his, actually probably underneath one of his punches, quickly.
All right, so you're just going to try to, as fast as you can, just literally get out of the way.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Okay. You said you had done some martial arts before, so I'll give you the expert die, but I don't think that you're prepared for this roided out amber dragon. So 2 dice.
I got 2 successes.
All right. So you managed to very, very quickly, almost more out of muscle memory than anything, you duck underneath one of this guy's arms as his fists kind of slam together, and there's almost like this thunderclap. And there's powder that just like comes off of this guy's fists like an old 70s kung fu movie as he just kind of like, kind of makes this grimace at you. All right. The rest of the individuals in the warehouse are those who weren't caught in the collapse, in the rubble, or in the fireball, are now running forward, coming out of some of the broken windows and holes in the side of this building to try to engage both Clutch and Crimson. Crimson, the ones that you peppered upstairs, some of them have come back to the window, those who weren't injured, and are going to open fire down at you. So in the bed of this truck, behind this machine gun, how are you going to avoid being shot?
She's going to use that gun that's that she's hanging onto and shooting, and basically kind of dance around with it, kind of dodging to the side, dodging to the other side, kind of as like it's a dance partner. It's using it as a shield because it's almost as big as she is. So I'd say as gracefully as she possibly could.
Okay. So, okay, let's see. I would say that you're probably prepared for this because, again, this gun is bigger than you are. Don't know if this would be something you'd be an expert in necessarily. So I think 2 dice.
That is 2 successes.
Okay. So yeah, you drop down kind of behind the bulk of this gun, and there's just ting ting ping 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 ping. Bullets are just ricocheting off of the metal of this gun, and there's probably a couple that kind of have that hollow thunk 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 as they bypass the gun itself and just pierce right through the sheet metal of the bed of this truck. But not a single one of them manages to touch you at all. Inside, those who are kind of coming out of the ground floor have spotted you, Clutch, and are trying to kind of move to the window that you just passed through to try to cut you off. One of them steps forward, wielding a set of nunchucks. The other one steps up, wielding a katana. They're both going to kind of circle around you, close with you, and attempt to try to attack you.
They all look like cartoons, so I assume that this is going to be a low roll for me.
Perhaps. How do you want to try to avoid them?
Well, I'm guessing I would just try to dodge out of the way.
Okay. So maybe instinct? Just kind of to try to time when they're going to hit you and then move at the last minute, or possibly speed?
Let's go with speed. That's better.
All right.
Okay. One roll?
Let's see. You are
that was...
what kind of a driver?
I'm just a driver. I don't know what kind I am.
What's your style? Driver's your role, so what is the other half?
I didn't know there was another half. I'm speed, not control.
Are you angry? Are you cold, innocent, insane, tough, sexy, or sneaky?
Oh, I'm insane.
Insane. Okay, here we go. All right. So, you know what? Yeah, you're insane. Tripping on drugs is probably not out of your your happy times, your how you like to spend an afternoon. So I'd say you're probably prepared for this, and even an expert. So roll 3 dice.
Yay! All right, first roll was 6. That's an 8. This isn't good. That's a 10. None of them succeeded.
Okay. So these individuals waylay you, and they waylay you hardcore. So you're going to need to roll your health die 3 times.
Oh, God. Ow!
And it's a D8.
It's a D8 now.
Right, yeah.
4.
Okay, so you're still a D8.
5.
Still a D8.
2.
Okay, so your health die now becomes a D6. As this last, you manage to, at least kind of shield your head and your torso with your arms as they kind of wail on you.
It's called duck and cover.
Absolutely.
Ow.
As this guy with the nunchucks just kind of wails on both sides of your body. But it's the katana that isn't so well deflected by your forearms, as this one kind of opens a cut on the back of your forearm. Okay. So that's the enemy's turn. We now have 2 PC slots.
Did I go yet? This round?
I think I'm the only one that needs to go too.
Yeah.
I think 2 went first.
Nope.
And then
I buried my face in cocaine this round, so I think I'm done.
maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what happened. Okay. So it sounds like Deckard and Crimson both need to go. Is that correct?
Did I go? I don't know if I went.
Didn't you slash the 2 guys?
Oh, yeah, no, I did. Never mind. You're right. You're right.
Okay. So whichever one of you wants to go.
So I wipe my mouth of the swamp water. Are the kappas still going in a direction, or have they stopped?
They are taking a fighting stance around this enormous man. They look like they intend to try to fight him.
Okay. I think with that, I'm gonna try and position like myself and then him and then something that like would be about knee level. Is there anything like furniture or rubble wise that would be about that level in comparison to him?
Absolutely.
Then I'm gonna try to get in between or get him in between something like that, and I'm gonna just try and run and tabletop this guy, push him over.
All right. So that sounds like maybe knowledge.
I mean, I'll take it.
Either one.
We're gonna go with knowledge.
Okay. And you are a daredevil.
Yeah, I don't know if that necessarily applies.
What is the other part?
Crazy.
Crazy. Well, okay. Okay. Yeah, I would say 2 dice.
2 successes.
Okay. So you managed to do it and do it well. So yeah, you charge at this guy and kind of level your weight against him, hitting him high, and he kind of leans back, trying to do his best to redistribute his weight as he kind of throws a leg backwards to try to catch his momentum, and can't because it runs into this crate that you positioned right behind him, and he starts flailing his arms in circles and falls backwards, smashing this crate into splinters beneath him.
Can I also cash in my fame points for a care package?
Yes, absolutely, you can. So, either Karen or Tamiko, if one of you would please volunteer to give us Decker's care package. No volunteers. I can roll. Rolling the die. Here we go. Karen, that's you.
I can do it. You tell me the item, I'll deliver the item. We'll work together.
Okay.
No, I don't. Oh, you guys are gonna choose. I thought you were asking me. Yeah, pick my item.
What do we want to give him?
What does he need? He needs something. He
Caffeine.
needs a weapon of mass destruction. Is what
He definitely does. He needs.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I've got it.
Okay, you do it
Got
then.
it. A woman appears on the screen, and she is middle-aged, and she looks like a housewife in a house coat. And she says, "Hello, Deckard. I've been watching you for some time. I'm #1 fan, #1. And I send you item that I think you'd really, really enjoy. Enjoy." And the item that she is sending him is a fucking flamethrower. Like not a pussy ass flamethrower, like a deluxe giant tank, like hose it out like a super soaker fucking flamethrower.
And the familiar sound of the comes by overhead as you now see this package falling downwards, swaying beneath its parachute, and it drops down straight through one of these blown open holes in this building and kind of sets down with a soft little in the powder as it kind of swirls around it. There you go, Deckard.
And with the last little bit of my action, I will like Legend of Zelda pop this chest.
You hold it up above your head.
With like one hand and it's spinning.
Yes, just don't ask where you store it later.
I add it to my inventory.
Keep it in your prison wallet. All right, so you grab this flamethrower, kind of fling this tank on your back. So, Deckard, you're still kind of tripping a little bit. Just a little, though, because you didn't take all that much, and there's a little bit of time that's passed. When you turn around, you see the Kappa have leapt upon this giant man while he was down. One Kappa has each one of his ankles and is spreading his legs apart, spread eagle, while a third one rams his fist where the sun doesn't shine. This guy is screaming. The third Kappa, who just fisted this enormous Asian man, then pulls forth this ball, this spherical, it's fleshy, and did Baron drop? It was too much for Baron. He said, "No more. I have a line and you crossed it, sir."
X card! What is happening?
Baron's like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
No,
He's so triggered.
I went-
Triggered him.
I went to
It
go
was like-
type something and I accidentally hit the the quick key to end the session. I was like, no. So yeah.
So
I was like, this is about to be the joke, and I missed the joke.
They pull this fleshy ball, this sphere out of this man, and this kappa down the chute. This thing eats it. You watch in amusement, horror, disgust, a combination of all three somewhere in there, as he starts just like convulsing, and you see a motherfucking ghost of this guy rise up out of his body and disappear through the roof above him as his body goes still.
Okay. Without going through the graphic of just what just happened, what the fuck just happened, Jeremy?
Didn't I warn you guys? I told you there was going to be a moment where you're going to question my sanity.
I get it, but
so when researching Kappa, they apparently would forcibly remove from a person's anus this mythological organ that the Japanese thought existed. It is called a Shirikodama, and they believe that it contained a person's soul. So when I read that, I said, thank you, Wikipedia. That's very graphic and disgusting, and it fits the theme of this game way better than anything I could have come up with.
Okay, so the soul is released.
Yep. He just pulled out his anus ball and ate it.
Super.
Thunder beads. All right. You guys signed up for this shit. Just remember that. All right. So, with that in the books, yay. Everything on the internet lives forever. Hi, son. All right. We will continue right on. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Anus balls. So
everyone on the field has stopped and is graphically mortified.
Yeah, I would say that's a fair assessment. Did we finish the round out?
I still have a turn.
Okay, please, would you please do something?
I'm not sure how I follow that up, but
what is that turtle doing?
Can I actually, from my vantage point outside, see any of that, or was I spared?
Yeah, nobody is spared from that experience.
All right.
As a matter of fact, there was actually a drone that had gotten in the building somehow, and that was on the side of the blimp.
Oh.
All to see in glorious color.
Oh, he didn't deserve that.
It kind of cuts quickly to a shot of what is his name? Archie Shaw, kind of like only here on Cadian's Keep. Only here on Cadian's Keep, everyone. Family-friendly fun. All right, let's see what these little rapscallions get up to next, shall we?
All right, so there's still guys in the windows above, right? The building's falling
absolutely
down. And I'm going to shoot at the chat is just killing me. I am going to shoot at with the Gatling gun towards the guys up in the windows and try to take those guys out. And at this point, I think I've lost all control, so I'm completely doing this by instinct.
All right, works for me.
How many dice?
Let's go with, I think you qualified for 3.
Okay.
Let's go for 3 again.
That is 3 successes.
All right, so that is a success with a boon. So you continue to just lay in, kind of come back up from cover, grab a hold of this thing, kind of just manhandle it back into position and just start wailing into the side of this building. And you can see people ducking for cover, jumping out of the way, and you're just, I mean, you're hitting them all up there. They're falling like dominoes.
Imagine she's kind of screaming, you know, 'cause she's got that warrior girl yell going on. She's
Is she doing the Xena thing?
Yeah, totally.
Somebody's got to do the Xena thing. I can't do it.
I am not on
Fine.
the level of cool as Xena to do the Xena thing.
I'll do it. There you go. All right. So, yeah, you waste these chumps on the second floor, and you're pretty sure that you've taken out the majority of the gunners that were up there. So, that is the end of the round. So, everybody grab your D10s. Roll it up. Okay. There's a 2, 4, a 3, and a 2. All right. All 4 of you managed to beat their roll this time around. So, you guys determine what order you want to go in, and all of you get to go.
Okay, because I believe my round ended in a fireball last round, I'm gonna go last, I think.
Bunch of eager beavers. Anybody?
So, I'm not exact. I wouldn't say eager beaver is the way to put it. I just watched a guy's soul get ripped out of his asshole. So, I don't really know how to tread here. I drink out of one of theirs head.
If you got to go.
I can go next if you like, Baron.
I think actually I would look to clutch. I want to get in that truck and I want to drive away.
Oh, we're going to get in that truck. We ain't driving away yet.
All right. I am going to is there some font of magical energy emanating from this room?
If by that you mean copious amounts of drugs, yeah.
All right, I'm going to go back to that.
Okay. Yeah, there's lots of treasure of heaven.
Yeah, so instead of like scar facing it, like face first, I'm just going to like fall into it.
You can start making fucking
Yeah.
like, drug angels.
Treasure of heaven angels.
Perfect. So yeah, you just and there's just this.
Yeah, I picture this just big cloud and I'm gone.
Yeah, you disappear for a moment.
It's like a pile of leaves, but it's a pile of treasure of heaven.
You come up and you look like Mrs. Doubtfire from that one scene.
Hello.
Yeah, and you're soaring. You are absolutely soaring. Who's next?
Jeremy, let me ask you this.
Please do.
Is it feasible, given the size of the windows and the size of the truck, is it feasible to drive said truck into the facility?
As if somebody designed it that way.
It's like a goddamn miracle. So Clutch is going to run for the truck, pulling the cables out of her bra as she goes, and just start slamming them down onto the thing, closing the hood and running behind the driver's seat and firing that shit up.
Absolutely. Practiced ease. You get this. Did a lawnmower?
Yo,
I'm pretty sure.
You do a monster truck sound effect, and then we'll talk.
That was just the AC.
So-
It's just
I'm pretty sure Red's still in the back.
Yep, I think so.
Oh yeah. She's like, yes, go girl, go.
Hang on to your tits, Red! And I'm just gonna floor it into the fucking building.
Absolutely. You take out kind of this, last remaining bit of glass, and, some of the bricks kind of come off with the side view mirrors and things. And you just straight through. You're knocking shelves and Buddy Buddha statues all over the place. And you get towards the back of this warehouse and burst through the doors in the back to find a larger space than you just went through. But this place looks like something out of the Temple of Doom. There's an enormous statue that is some kind of monstrous demon-looking thing. And the entire thing is laced with neon lights, of all things. And the whole place is glowing this kind of soft green. And there's a single individual in this room, almost like he was waiting for you. And the thing that's kind of special about this guy is not just what he's wearing or kind of what he looks like. He's flying. He's kind of hovering in the middle of the room, much like your vision of your monster truck just moments before. He's wearing a silk yellow, it maybe was a kimono at one time. It's almost like a parade costume. It's crazy. It's bonkers.
People watching the stream, please forgive me. I mean no offense. Clutch looks at him and goes, I see what's going on here. Bring it on, Chinaman.
I was anticipating something way worse.
That's it. That's all I've got.
I'll allow it. Yes, he looks at you in this giant monster truck that comes crashing into this space. His ice blue eyes kind of look down at you, and you can see the body of Egg Chin laid out on the floor. He's not moving. It's difficult to tell if he's breathing.
No, not Egg.
Okay. I think that was our second PC slot. Who's up next?
I'll go. I will. I've got this gun and I'm turning it directly upon this yellow garbed dude, and taking her time and aiming really well, and she's just going to pull the trigger and blast him.
All right. So it sounds like probably control.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Yeah, I think 3 dice would probably qualify.
Okay, so that's 2 successes and 1 fail.
2 successes. So you managed to do so. Okay. So you open fire on what must be Son Luk. And though you do so, the bullets kind of tear through his kimono, his outer garb, almost like he has no substance. They just passing through him. And he doesn't wince. He doesn't react to the pain at all. He just continues to kind of hover in the air and look down at you. And he kind of looks down at the holes in his garb, and he then pulls off this outer robe, and you can see his his well-muscled physique underneath. He doesn't seem to really be wearing much of anything underneath except kind of a, I don't know, like a padded skirt and a really wide belt. He has these enormous claws on both of his hands, and he looks like he's not overly appreciative. So, who is the... We have 2 more PC slots, I think, or 1 more. I think just 1 more.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes. So, 2. Now that we have gone back to you, there's fire, smoke, dust, rubble, drugs, green glowing mist, and this kind of mixture all over the space. We see this rubble kind of shift, kind of pieces cascade off of this little mound. And then we see a fist kind of out of this rubble. And what does it look like as 2 unburies himself?
The fist just juts up from the rubble, and through the cracks in the rubble you can hear laughter. Not in pain, just enjoyment, like sheer unadulterated.
So, that was what I was looking for. That's the ticket.
And when he looks up, part of his mask has been fucking blown off. You now see that underneath the mask, one of the eye holes, you realize that why he wore the mask to look like a skull is because he's missing an eye under here. There's just the socket. The one eye is the only thing that's actually good. And it's just this weird skull-like visage as he's walking out of this, very Terminator-esque, like just walking out of this as a long and lanky just murder truck. As he kind of begins to scramble out and head toward where he hears the sound of the Gatling gun. Like he wants to get in that commotion as soon as possible.
And with how much of this building is destroyed and dilapidated, and as many doors and things that there is, you're able to run up to an open doorway and see this monster truck kind of wheeling around in this area that's large, but it's still somewhat small for, a fucking monster truck to be driving around in. So, you can see that Clutch is kind of making these really kind of tight donuts almost to kind of stay in this place. And you see Crimson on the back wailing on this heavy machine gun, just yelling at the top of her lungs. And you look up to find where she's shooting at, and you see this motherfucker floating in the middle of the room with these long claws on his hands.
So he's floating, huh?
He is floating.
No,
Like
that's
a
not
boss.
going to do. That's not going to do. I'm going to need to bring him down to ground. Nope. I'm going to need to bring him down to ground.
And so his goal, Clutch is going, or 2 is going to try and just slaughter this dude and bring him to ground if possible. I don't know how I would do that just yet, but I want to. If there's a way and there's a will, I want to maneuver my way to just spear this dude in the air and bring him to ground.
So you could possibly throw some of your knives at him.
Okay.
You could attempt to like climb some of this like cultish looking statue work and stuff that's around the room
Okay.
to try to get up to his level.
Yep.
Or from where this was originally part of the warehouse, there's one of those, really awesome action movie cliche things where it's like one of those big warehouse hooks on the end of like this chain.
Hell yeah.
Kind of hanging from the ceiling, and it's kind of like got a track that runs all the way across the room.
Yeah, you're speaking my language. I like it. So, yep, that hook is exactly where he goes. He is looking at that, and he's going to try to take a track line and then just hand out, slash across the face of this dude.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna like get on the.
I want to get on the chain
and ride it to him.
Slide in, yeah, and then just
okay, nice.
Clock him in the face with a knife.
Okay, so give me a force roll to kind of see if you can get this thing going.
So if I'm more going toward Grace, currently in my points, I have to then try to get under.
Yes.
Or over.
You have to try to get under with a force roll.
With a force roll. So I have to get under under a 2. I have to get a 1.
Okay, so yeah. This thing is heavy duty. Strength apparently is not 2's forte.
2 is lanky and swift. He's not about that.
But he is crazy. So go ahead and have 2 dice.
All right. Sweet. Are you kidding me? I'm going to show that to you because I can. That's at least 1 success. Because if I can get it right, where'd it go? There you go. That's a 1. It's a 1.
Fantastic. All right.
Okay. And then this is technically a 10, so that's a fail, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the 0-0 is a 10. So 1 success, 1 fail.
Okay, so you succeed, but at a cost. All right, so you get this thing kind of swung back and forth to get it some momentum, and then you let it go, and you quickly start clambering up this thing, trying to get up to his height. You get your knife out, and he's just out of reach as you swing your knife, and you realize you gave yourself enough momentum that you're carrying all the way across the room towards the center block wall.
Oh, yeah. Car crash right now.
And then smack straight into the center block wall. So if you would go ahead and roll your hit die. Oh, I actually should have had you roll your hit die for the explosion as well. I apologize. Yeah. So roll once for the explosion just to make sure it's not.
Okay, so it has to be. What am I looking for?
You do not want a 1 or a 2.
Okay, that's a 9.
Okay.
And that's a 7. Okay, cool.
Okay. So you managed to kind of let the chain hit the wall for the worst part. And it kind of like slams you against it. You scrape your knuckles, that kind of stuff. But you fall free into like a pile of cardboard boxes and things that look like they're getting ready to be shipped. Okay. So that was all of the PC slots. It is now Sun Luk's turn. Sun Luk is going to turn to all of you kind of moving about underneath him. He is then going to turn and gesture one hand, his left hand, towards you, two. And as he does so, the chain that you just rode on turns into a snake made of chain, with the hook forming the head. It slithers down closer towards you, kind of hitting the ground with kind of that metallic along concrete as it then kind of scrapes around, forms like a coil, and the head kind of comes up and then swings down at you. Chad, I love you. How would you like to try to avoid this chain hook snake?
No, Jeremy. No,
Mhm.
I'm a say no to that.
I'm sorry. Saying no is not one of your options.
Oh no? Okay then. If it's not, then why not? Weird thing. Can I try to intimidate? Can I try to intimidate the snake, Crane?
I'm gonna have to say
No?
probably not.
Okay.
I'll let you try, but
No.
you're pretty sure that would be a
No.
fruitless-
I'm gonna have to go with Grace. I'm gonna try to do that, and hopefully
That's probably a better.
probably
yeah.
a better choice.
You don't think staring this thing down is probably, and trying to like stand your ground is probably going to end
Stand
well
my
for you.
ground to get this snake.
Okay, so you're using Grace.
Yep,
Well,
yep.
You're not what I would say prepared for this.
Nope.
Nor would I say you're probably an expert at dodging industrial chains.
Nope.
So this is going to be a singular roll.
Okay. Well, that's great because I got a 1. For the first time ever, I rolled over my 2. So
Okay. So that's going to hit you. So this is a hefty hit.
In the face. In the face.
So I need you to roll your hit die 3 times. Are you still at a D10 currently, right? Cool. Okay.
okay, cool. So I got a 10, a 6, and a 6.
Okay. So
Man.
you don't get out of the way. However, this thing just comes down on your leg. You're fairly certain that it probably gave you a hairline fracture, but it didn't break it completely. You're going to be able to at least walk out of here if nothing else happens to it. But the good news is the real heavy part, the head of it, missed you entirely and instead just smashed the concrete next to you.
Great.
So that was his left hand. With his right hand, he reaches out towards all of the broken portion of the building and kind of does a similar motion. And the bricks and pieces of rebar kind of float free from some of this stuff. And then he brings that clawed hand across his body and it all shoots towards the truck.
No, not my truck.
So, how would you like to try to avoid this clutch?
All right, I'm doing donuts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tight donuts. I'm gonna slam the wheel in the opposite direction, try to jimmy it so that it goes the other way.
Okay. Like a crazy Ivan.
Yeah, I mean it might go up on a couple wheels, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure nothing bad will happen. All right.
Hold on!
Perfect. So, has Clutch driven a monster truck before?
Probably not. I mean,
She's from the South, and she is a trained driver.
possibly? I don't know. That's your call, I think, because
Fair enough.
by the way, she's in for a DUI.
Perfect. I think as a matter of fact, you actually got that DUI from driving a monster truck. I think you probably went to a monster truck show and somehow ended up stealing one of them.
Oh, all right. I love this.
And yeah, as inconspicuous as you were being,
Just totally careful.
yeah, I mean, the cop, he just had it out for you, really.
They do that. It's profiling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, go ahead and give me a roll.
Right.
And we're going to say that you've got your 3 dice.
Hey, 3d10s. All right. 883.
And you were rolling what again?
I don't fucking know. You told me to roll.
Fair enough. I would say probably control. No.
Okay, control speed is a 3.
Okay. So it's 1 success. So you do so at a cost. All right. So you avoid any kind of structural mechanical damage. So it doesn't pierce the engine or the radiator, gas tank, anything like that. But it has riddled you with holes. And the bricks and whatnot have shattered, several of the windows. And you were caught in this as well, Crimson. So how are you trying to dodge this?
She instinctively fell down to the bed of the truck so that the sides would take most of the brunt of these bricks flying at
Okay.
the truck.
So it sounds like maybe speed again.
Her instinct.
Instinct. Okay. Yeah, sure. I can see that. And I think from here on out, because we are on A, the time clock, and B, dire straits, from here on out, we're just going to say you guys get 3 dice for all of your rolls.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 2 successes.
All right. So yeah, you managed to kind of throw yourself down in the bed of the truck as this kind of stuff peppers the side of it. A piece of rebar that's probably 6 or 7 feet long kind of through the side of the bed, kind of narrowly missing your midsection. And you kind of, does the typical kind of as it kind of comes to a rest. All right. Everybody get your D10s. Oh. I rolled a 10. Excuse me. So, all of you are going to get to go first again. Except for Baron. Baron gets to go the firstest of the first. Poor Baron.
Remember what we discussed.
I'm keeping him up too late. Mm-hmm. What did we discuss?
We said when it's his turn, we'll just say, hey, Baron, really loud.
Okay. All right.
And then act like everything's normal.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Right. So, let's save him for last.
Okay.
He'll get his beauty sleep. You guys go ahead.
Go for it, 2.
Okay. Yeah, no, 2, I think, would probably be the next one to try to take out the... He's pissed now. He missed. He had his opportunity. He missed. He had to deal with snakes.
You've
garbage.
Literally got the big gun. Like, all I can do is drive you around. I can, on my turn, I'll try to maybe plow into him.
I wonder if 2 has anything more substantial that he could effectively work with.
Like what you got in mind?
I'm just trying to think of what to take a flying wizard down with. I don't happen to have a dragon in my bag, do I? Because that seems like that'd be efficient.
No, I don't. I don't think you'd have one of those.
No. Okay. Well, I'm gonna still.
You know what though? What you do have? I mean, this is a warehouse in Chinatown, and we are in the midst of an '80s movie with all of the action cliches and unfortunate racial stereotypes. There is a giant crate full of fireworks sitting in the corner.
I'm gonna go light one up. I like it's like a Katy Perry song. It's just lighting it up. It's like a firework. I'm just so happy. And he's just gonna get up. I think he's gonna like clamber up on top of these boxes, open the crate up with probably a crowbar or something sharp, just rip it open, and like Junkrat off Overwatch, just fucking lighten up he just pulls a giant ass firework and like sits on the top of it, and then just, you know, like just trying to get his attention. Anything he can do to just be like getting in his head, and then just lighting that firework and jumping the fuck off the crates.
Yeah, that's right. Make him go, ah, ah, ah.
All right. So, let's see. I think this would probably fall under
what do I need?
flare.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a flare situation, probably. Definitely not subtle in this situation.
No, I think all subtlety was left at the door.
So I got to get under, right?
We are going with flare. I believe that is a right hand stat. So yes, underneath.
Awesome, brother. I got all under. 3 successes. Light that mother up.
All right. So you light this firework. You kind of leap free from this pile as this bottle rocket that is probably the size of an infant goes, shoots across the room. He kind of half turns. You can see his light blue, almost white colored eyes widen as this thing collides with him. And there is a massive explosion of light and noise and smoke that continues on for a ridiculous amount of time. Just and it's just sending shit everywhere. The pile that you just leapt off of, from the fire out of the back of this bottle rocket, several of those fireworks light and start, you know, you've got like the that kind of shoot off into the corner, and there's things like, you know, there's just shit going everywhere, blowing up all over the place. And minutes later, we see our heroes exiting this warehouse as these fireworks are still going off everywhere, coming out of holes in the building. The whole place is like on fire, and parts are like crumbling in on each other. So what is the last exchange here? What's the one-liners and the zingers that you guys end our little film with?
I have to say it. I think Crimson would look at number 2, or just 2, and say, "Yep, there's something wrong with your face."
That's perfect. I think he would look at you and he'd say, "No, really?" And just like completely knowing. And I think as this whole situation is going on, as I assume just piling out, right? We're piling out. I could see like Clutch just pulling in reverse as the fireworks blow off. He is no longer a loner. Two is no longer a loner. And he just enjoys what he just did. And I think he's going to look up to the camera, the big blimp. He's going to try to find a drone, right? That's just somehow passing by as they're driving by. There's probably like a drone watching this.
He's they're circling now.
He's gonna jump from the truck grab the fucking drone camera and be like, make some noise, baby! And of course, 2 for the record has to be that way.
It all comes together. Miko, you got anything to add?
Oh, sure. Clutch is gonna brush herself off and say, when some wild-eyed maniac, Chinaman maniac, grabs you by your neck and taps the back of your favorite head against the warehouse wall, looks you crooked in the eye and asks you if you paid your dues, you just stare that sucker right back in the eye and you remember what old Clutch always says at a time like that. Have you paid your dues, Clutch? Yes, sir. Check is in the mail.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right. Guys, we're going to end there. Before I wrap this up completely and pass it over to you guys so that you can do your outros, let's wake up Baron so that he can do his outro.
Who's gonna do it?
I'll do it.
I mean, I thought I was loud enough already, so I mean,
Yeah, maybe. You all
I
ready?
feel like if
Okay,
I
here we go.
can't yell,
Okay,
that
you
This is-
try.
This is
You
warning
go
to
first.
anybody who's watching. This is warning to you guys who have headphones on. Here we go.
Guard your ears.
loud. Ready? We're gonna try. Baron!
Baron.
Oh my God, you guys are doing it right.
Baron!
You do it like this. Baron!
Baron!
Baron! Meow!
All right, meow.
Fuck.
He's dead.
Harder than I
He's
thought.
dead to the world.
Baron is
He's
dead.
dead to the world.
Everyone, moment of silence.
a moment of silence
We loved him.
for
He was a
Decker.
tall ginger.
We tried.
We tried to save his soul.
Hey,
Everybody sing the hymn of the ginger.
So can we just say this? If he passed out and he died, if he passed out,
He's not dead.
no, he's not actually dead. But if he passed out in the sequence of the game, did he get aimed? Like,
Whoa.
did the Kappas
No.
take his soul here? Did the Kappas take his soul?
No!
No.
That's awful.
The Kappas
He's
just take
enjoying
Decker's-
his
He is-
treasure of heaven.
Right.
He's so high.
He's riding in the back of the truck, just high as a kite, being like, "This
Singing away.
is amazing."
He doesn't know if he's dead or not.
He doesn't even know if
He
he's dead or
in the back of the truck and be like, "It's not easy being green."
not.
It doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't matter.
Absolutely. None of this made any sense. What are we
Uh,
talking about here? Okay, so
this is so good.
let's go ahead and yeah, we're gonna put a cap on this. So why don't we
Cap on this?
kappa? We're gonna put a kappa on this. I'm gonna kappa his ass. Oh shit. That has a whole new meaning now.
I died.
All right, so going in reverse order, Tamiko.
I'm Tamiko again. I have no channel. Catch me on Dice on Ice on Tuesdays, Twitch, Lunchbox BAUKS on Wednesdays, and sometimes on Jeremy's channel. It's very rare, but here I am. I've got nothing else.
It was an absolute pleasure, Tamiko. Thank you, especially for joining us at the last minute. Thank you very, very, very much from the bottom of my heart. All right, next up is Chad.
So you know this face. I don't think I need to repeat myself. I'm here. I'm usually a guy who plays things and also does voices. My name is Chad. I have a YouTube channel. Go find me. Chad Nick, K-N-I-C-K. Deuces.
Absolutely. Everybody who has mentioned a channel has the link to it in the description of the video down below. I am fairly certain of that. If not, somebody call me out on it. I will rectify it. Okay, last but certainly not least, Baron. No, I'm just kidding. Karen.
Aaron, I have a channel, Myth and Gears. This was a lot of fun. Much shenanigans and craziness happened, and this was awesome. So thank you. Thank you to all of you players. That was amazing. And thank you, Tamika, for coming in at the last moment. You made it very, very special. It was pretty awesome. So thank you, everyone, and I'm out of here.
Absolutely. And I want to extend a deep, deep thank you to Baron, in all sincerity, for staying up way past his bedtime.
We love you, Baron.
We do. In fact, he lives on the East Coast. It's way early in the morning for him, and he's had a rough week. So I have no issue with him falling asleep at all. And I would also like to extend a massive thank you to, again, the four of you for doing a fantastic job with this. I was not sure how this was going to play out because it's really bizarre, but you guys took it and ran with it and made it 10 times better than I could have imagined. And the audience, the chat was hopping, and there was several familiar faces as well as a couple new faces. And I appreciate you guys tuning in and giving us a watch with as silly as it was, and for sticking with it. So from me to you, thank you very, very much for tuning in. And until next time, may your dice roll high and your snacks always be within reach.